Federal control and deploy the National Guard to fight crime in the nation's capital. Speaking today at the White House, the president explained other cities will be watching to see how he cleans up Washington and how he hopes they'll learn their lesson from his attempts to stop crime in D.C.
Our capital city has been overtaken by violent gangs and bloodthirsty criminals, roving mobs of wild youth, drugged-out maniacs and homeless people. And we're not going to let it happen anymore. We're not going to take it.
The president said he'd look in New York City and Chicago after Washington. Many states have eliminated cash bail, arguing it discriminates against poorer defendants and actually does not improve public safety. President Trump also measuring expectations for his meeting with Russia's president later this week. Here's Fox's Jared Halpern with more from the White House.
When the two leaders meet in Alaska on Friday, President Trump says he'll tell Russian President Vladimir Putin to end the war in Ukraine.
This is really a feel-out meeting, a little bit.
President Trump concedes he's been disappointed by Putin in the past.
I'm going to go and see the parameters. Now, I may leave and say, good luck, and that'll be the end. I may say this is not going to be settled.
The president says he'll hold calls with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and European leaders following his meeting with Putin. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
We've learned that the transcripts of the secret grand jury testimony that led to the sex trafficking indictment of Jeffrey Epstein's former girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, not going to be released. The judge made the ruling today, saying the government's suggestion they'd reveal new information about the crimes was demonstrably false. Judge Paul A. Engelmeyer saying in a written decision, the government had proposed releasing grand jury materials casually or promiscuously, jeopardizing the tradition of grand jury secrecy that protects the confidence of those called to testify before future grand juries. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Homeless people near Fountain Square being told to leave Monday. Partly cloudy and 91. I'm Jake McDaniel, and this report is brought to you by Moss Roofing. Here's what's trending at 302. That's been happening after property owners complained and crimes were reported. One woman says her home was targeted by them.
Even though you should treat your neighbors all the same, it's just we're outnumbered, so it's not fair. They still water off the side of my house. They pee over there and poop over there. You know, they go through our trash.
The camp by the highway has grown from 1 tent to more than 30 in just 3 months. The woman says her neighbors have moved away because of it. Along with the heat this week, Indiana's supposed to get some scattered rain. With more on that, here's John Herrick.
That periodic rainfall is expected to ramp up on Tuesday. That's the message from Chad Swain, a meteorologist at the National Weather Service in Indianapolis.
We're not looking for any organized severe weather. Storms will be capable of producing heavy rain and maybe some gusty winds, but we're not looking at anything significant.
With heat index values pushing triple digits all week long, Swain is urging you to take breaks if you work outside, drink plenty of water, and find air conditioning. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Target is eliminating over 200 jobs at its Indianapolis distribution center effective September 19th. A spokesperson says the move is part of an effort to adjust the company's supply chain operations. While the cuts primarily impact warehouse associates, the facility itself will remain open for other functions. The grind of fall camp is revealing a tougher edge for Notre Dame's wide receivers and linebackers, with veteran leaders and key transfers setting the tone. Len Clark has more.
Notre Dame's fall camp is getting tougher, and the wide receivers are leading the charge. Transfers Malachi Fields and Will Pauling have added size, speed, and a gritty edge, according to receivers coach Mike Brown. On defense, linebackers coach Max Bola is counting on veteran leaders Drake Bowen and Jalen Sneed, who've bulked up and sharpened communication. Both groups say they're fueled by a team-wide push for toughness and selflessness as the Irish grind through Block 3 of camp. Len Clark, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 3:04.
Are you nearly maxed out on your credit cards? It doesn't matter if you're using your credit cards for fun or to survive. At the end of the month, your statements come in, and you can either pay them or you can't. If you can't, late fees and interest rates get tacked on. And now you're struggling just to make the minimum payment due. Do you feel trapped? Am I talking to you? Good, because I personally researched some companies that can help you. They may be able to reduce your credit card balances by 50% and stop the late fees. If you qualify, please call our special debt hotline number right now for a complimentary free 5-minute consultation. Deal with your credit card problem now before it gets much worse and put more money back in your pocket. Trust me, I've been there too. Call right now.
800-948-1659. 800-948-1659. 800-948-1659. That's 800-948-1659.
With traffic at 305, here's Matt Bear.
Yeah, checks outside. Northbound 65 stop-and-go traffic. Raymond into the south split because of construction. Northeast side, eastbound 465 slow from Keystone Avenue over to I-69. Crash east side, 21st east of Shadeland Avenue, and a crash on the west side. It's Washington east of 465 near Morris. Traffic sponsored by Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Honda of Fishers is now Great Lakes Honda of Fishers under new ownership. Visit them just off State Road 37 for special grand opening prices during their summer sales event. Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Now the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Tonight, mostly clear, low temperatures in the lower 70s as we go ahead towards Tuesday. Scattered rain chances are possible in the afternoon and evening hours. Not everyone gets a drop, but this could provide some relief to the area. High temperature checking in around 90 with the heat index in the mid-90s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Ryan Morse for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there. Hammer, a big day today for the leadership of Indianapolis. Let's see how they follow through.
They're going to be sober?
When you have to make that noise, if the question is asked if your leadership of the city is going to be sober, then you know something's wrong. But this was the deadline for the homeless encampment in Fountain Square that has been causing... This is getting a lot of attention, Hammer. Why is this getting a lot of attention?
Because there's like an entire block of homeless tents in Fountain Square.
This isn't like Chaz or Chad, though, right? Like back when in BLM.
No, they don't think they're their own government.
Okay. They're just hanging out in tents.
Right. And the homeowners of Fountain Square are like, whoa, 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 whoa. We may vote very blue, but we didn't sign up for this. Narrator, but you did.
Yeah.
Kind of did.
Yeah, and your representatives are like, well, where are we going to put them? Where are they supposed to go?
Exactly. Meanwhile, there are shelters in the city that have plenty of beds, space available, but you've got cats like Jesse Brown, the socialist on the council, saying, well, there's a lot of crime that takes place in the shelters without really providing much proof.
What?
Or evidence.
Crime that takes place in the tent cities.
Right.
Some guy got stabbed. I'm just saying, like, this is a major focus. And if they could do it underneath the Hilbert Circle Theater when the entire NCAA tournament, basketball tournament was here a couple of years ago after COVID, they can do it at Fountain Square.
If they want to. Because they put up a letter like about a month ago. Hey, guys, we're going to need you out of here by August 11th. That's the last day you can be here. We want all your tents packed up very neatly, put away. You guys have to go somewhere else. Now, any law is, nothing but crap if it's not enforced. We will see if there's any enforcement to it, because I'm willing to bet dollars to donuts when we come in here tomorrow, you're still going to see quite a few tents up and down that little strip in Fountain Square.
I heard segments on the news at the top and bottom of the hour of this radio station all day. I've been listening all day, and like Ryan Hedrick from the newsroom is doing a great job covering these encampments, and they feel like they have a right to just set up shop down there. He asked one of the people in the tents, well, look, like, what if you're a homeowner adjacent to your tent and they're trying to sell your house, but nobody will look at it because there's homeless tent people living there. And they're like, we have a right to be here. That's just another way of getting us out of here. That's just another way. Well, yeah, it is. Yes, of course it is.
Other homeowners are complaining they're going through our trash cans. They're knocking over the trash.
I think I heard the word peeing in one of Ryan Hedrick's stories.
That's a total compliment to Ryan Hedrick. If you walk up to him, like if you see him out in the streets, hey, Ryan, I heard that guy talking about pee to you. Great job. Like, he got that dude to open up.
What was that thing that you posted? Some guy in his underwear with, was his crank on fire or something like that?
Oh, so that wasn't Fountain Square. That was Luger Plaza.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. That's much better. That's a totally different situation there.
Those were a completely different group of homeless encampment people.
Sorry, I got the two confused. How dumb of me.
I shared this from a Facebook page called Indianapolis Watch, which, if you're not following that, it's a great, great outlet. Same thing with on Twitter, Indy Reporter. I like both of those outlets.
Indianapolis Watch.
Indianapolis Watch just showed a guy over at Luger Plaza that decided to just catch his crank on fire.
And then he was kind of trying to, like, at least, and you could correct my interpretation, he was like swinging his hips trying to put it out?
No, I think he was trying to keep it going. Like sometimes how you got to fan a fire to give it oxygen to keep the fire going. I think he wanted his Frankenbeans to burn off. So these are the kind of things that we're dealing with here in Indianapolis. Like, even the other homeless dudes were looking at this guy like, are you out of your mind? Imagine being the crazy one in the encampment over at Luger Plaza.
Stay away from that guy.
So tonight is the deadline.
I'm going to go poop in this alley, but just make sure and stay away from that guy over there.
He's crazy. Deadline is tonight. Fountain Square folks have to be out. We'll see what happens here. I think there's a better chance of Anthony Richardson finishing a season without any more injuries than the homeless folks being packed up in a timely, organized manner and being out of Fountain Square tonight.
Somebody put a sign up on a tent. I'm looking at the Indianapolis Watch page, and Kyla Russell. She's
from Wish TV.
Okay. She put up a picture of a sign that somebody put outside their tent that said, those people born and raised here being kicked out are neighbors.
Born and raised in the tent community that popped up over the summer?
I'm just looking at it. That's what it says.
Okay. How were they able to afford pen and paper?
It's on a sheet. It's a giant sheet, and it looks like a 12-year-old wrote it.
About right. We'll see what happens.
They couldn't quite fit neighbor in the end of they were starting to run out of space at the end of the sheet.
You got to space it out well. If you're going to be an organized homeless militia, you got to space it out well. You got to have good messaging. You got to have good marketing.
Okay.
Also tonight, Boss Hogsett, he's going to stumble up to the podium and roll out the budget for the city of Indianapolis, being told it's $1.7 billion. Now, nothing will be finalized until October, but he's going to roll out the number tonight.
Roll out.
Public safety, the police, the fire department, the ambulance, all that kind of stuff. They did not get an increase, but they didn't get a cut either. So they kind of stayed the same. Council Republicans rolling out 3 different plans for public safety tonight as well. Here with his thoughts on what we can expect on this new budget being rolled out tonight is AI Boss Hogsett.
Well, I hope you people like vodka. The new budget will be spending millions and millions and millions of dollars on vodka. And to make sure it's the right kind, I personally will be taste testing each bottle. I will also be spending money on a bunch of reports that are bull crap. Bribing these report makers isn't easy, nor is it cheap. You know, like the ones I paid for that said I didn't know Thomas Carl Cook was a creep.
Sure.
Even though staffers have me on tape.
Mm-hmm.
And the one that blamed the police for the riots because they showed up in riot gear.
I remember.
To recap, a lot of vodka and paid off reports. That's it. AI Hogsett out.
$1.7 billion on vodka and bullcrap reports.
A lot of vodka.
A lot of vodka. Speaking of which, Nige, if you need a reason to drink tonight, it's Presidential Joke Day.
Wow.
National Presidential Joke Day.
Never heard of it.
Day meant to highlight the humor that we get from the White House. Now, sometimes you can get a president who's funny intentionally, like Trump can be.
Things are going good for you and for our country. Thank you. I love you too. Thank you. That's the guy, but I love him, all right? Whoever the hell you are, I love you.
That's a guy, but I love you.
Trump's effing hilarious. The memes going around of when he said, they don't know what the F they're doing. I laugh at every time equally as hard as those.
Like every NFL fan will share that at some point this year about their team.
Yes, they don't know. I'm laughing at it now. And
You know who's actually pretty funny in his own cerebral way was Ronald Reagan.
I think you all know that I've always felt the 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
Right?
Yeah.
Like he had the self-deprecating humor.
Yeah.
Joe Biden had folksy racism.
You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. I'm not joking.
I'm not joking.
You can't go.
No, I'm not joking.
I'm not even joking. I wasn't trying to make a joke. I'm being completely serious.
And Biden was such a gift to the comedy gods that even when he was trying to be serious, he was funny.
Let me be clear. If you're in a state where hurricanes often strike, like Florida or the Gulf Coast or into Texas, a vital part of preparing for hurricane season is to get vaccinated now.
Sure. So
Very
imagine,
vital.
Nudge, you're in your
part.
home, there's a Cat 5 bearing down, there's flood warnings, there's tornado warnings. You see the sea of water making its way onto land. Honey, what are we going to do? Are you vaccinated? Yeah! You're fine.
You're fine.
Fine. Open the windows, actually.
There's a Lowe's, and then there's a CVS next to each other. One's selling sandbags, and the other is vaccinating people. What do you go to first?
CVS, please. Got to get there right now. Matt Bear.
All right, southbound 6570 slow from the north split down to Fletcher Avenue because of construction, and northbound 65 stop and go from Raymond Street into the south split. East side southbound 465 slow from Washington to South Shadeland Avenue. Traffic sponsored by Speedway. Got one of those days that never stops? Try stop at Speedway. Refresh the vibe with 69 cents large big gulp drinks. Speed rewards app required. Valid through 8/26/25. See app for full terms. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Honey, the windows have been blown out by the wind. Water is making its way into our house.
Are you jabbed?
What?
Are you vaccinated? For God's sake, it's COVID.
Yeah.
All right, we're fine.
Nothing to see here.
Please disperse.
91 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. About 15 minutes away from Monday Gunday with Guy Relford. A little bit later on, we will have Council Minority Leader Michael Paul Hart. Dr. Curry Meyers, America's criminologist, will join us to talk about the federal takeover of crime-ridden D.C. And we got some concert tickets to give away a little bit later on. Allison Krauss. So let's have a good day today. Let's have some laughs. Let's have some fun. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Citizens, since we each upgraded to Xfinity in our homes, the Wi-Fi has been booming. It's fair to say our town has officially become a boomtown.
Mayor, will I be able to drop into multiplayer gaming battles with low lag?
The lag won't be an issue, but your questionable skills may be.
And what if I have hundreds of devices on the Wi-Fi? Purely hypothetical.
Seems like a lot, but sure, hundreds of devices all booming together with the Xfinity Gateway. Yes, friends and neighbors, with Xfinity, the Wi-Fi is booming.
The Wi-Fi isn't the only thing that's booming. Now get the most reliable Wi-Fi and our best-in-class equipment for one consistent price for 5 years guaranteed. All in. Plus, get unlimited data included and no annual contract. All with the 5-year price guarantee from Xfinity. Visit Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. New residential customers only. Select plans only. Xfinity Gateway with XFi Complete required for unlimited data except in certain areas. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024. Actual speeds vary.
The heat outside does not have to be the heat inside. Masters Heating and Cooling is here to help. I use Masters Heating and Cooling in my home. David, the general manager, and the entire Masters team take care of my family. They've replaced parts of my system, serviced parts of my system, and everything is running in tip-top condition. My house feels amazing. Right now, you can get $1,000 off a new AC system. We're talking about a full system replacement here. $100 off electric, $250 off hybrid, and $500 off tankless water heaters. Talk to Masters Heating and Cooling today. They have 0% financing for up to 60 months with qualified system purchases. Terms and conditions for all offers. Restrictions apply. Call for details. Masters Heating and Cooling. They'll take care of your HVAC and help you out 24/7. Call 317-567-9505. Tell them Tony Cat sent you. 317-567-9505. Masters Heating and Cooling. 567-9505 or online at mastersindy.com. That's mastersindy.com.
My mom just found the best place ever, Wilson's Farm Market. They've got the best ice cream in tons of flavors like butter pecan, orange pineapple, but my favorite is the old-fashioned vanilla. And the candy, whoa, there's a whole wall of it. Gummies, chocolates, giant jawbreakers, even old school stuff my grandma loves. It's like a candy wonderland. And they let me pick out my own bag? Yes! Wilson's is just 20 minutes north of Carmel. Tell your crew it's time for a sweet road trip. Wilson Farm Market, you gotta go!
This is the soundtrack of summer.
And new memories are waiting at your Indiana State Fair.
Your Indiana State Fair is closed today. Fair Fun returns with $2 Tuesday presented by Indiana Secretary of State. $2 rides, $2 food, and $2 admission. It's the greatest deal of the summer. Plan your trip at IndianaStateFair.com.
Sounds like fun. Your Indiana State Fair, presented by Get Prepared Indiana.
You want to see basketball played the way it's supposed to be? Tune in to Ice Cube's Big Three this summer. Watch stars like Dwight Howard, Kemba Walker, Joe Johnson, Michael Beasley, and many more, along with Hall of Fame coaches. Experience the fast pace and physical play and fun action that defines the game. You know what it is. It's the Big Three. Catch the best professional 3-on-3 players in the world live every weekend on CBS and Vice. Yay, yay!
Hilltop Hideaway, a premier log cabin up on a hill on 5 wooded acres in Brown County, has availability for fall. Enjoy the autumn weather and fall color and feel a million miles from home. 3 bedrooms, wraparound deck, hot tub, fire pit, and walking trails. Hilltop Hideaway has high-speed internet and is just miles from Nashville, Brown County State Park, and the Brown County Music Center. Fall dates still available and August discounts available. HilltopHideawayLogCabin.com. HilltopHideawayLogCabin.com.
No one will love your HVAC system as much as we do. Call Howald Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing for an honest assessment on your current AC system or get a great deal on a new one. Howald Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing, where coming home never felt so good.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Oh, yeah, my name is Nigel. Jason Hammer is here. At night at my house, especially on Sunday nights, the family just kind of scatters probably about 6 o'clock at night. The kids go into their rooms. Lindsay pours a little wine and watches her. She calls them, God, I don't know if I should say. She calls them her horror shows.
Horror shows?
Horror shows.
Not horror.
No, H-O-R-E.
W-H-O-R-E.
W-H-O-R-E. And
horror
like all
shows.
those trashy reality shows that are on Netflix and on Bravo and on all the trashy reality shows. And I sit down on
She and I have different understandings of horror shows.
Yeah, right. So I watched that Eddie Murphy thing on. Are you okay, Allison? I heard you coughing over there. I know Pat Sullivan had COVID in studio over the weekend during Home and Garden Show. I heard you coughing.
Well,
Are you
it wouldn't be
okay?
the first time I got COVID from a coworker. So
Anyway,
I don't like it when mommy and daddy fight.
I don't like it when you say mommy.
Anyway.
How do you think I like having daddy over here?
I got halfway through that Eddie Murphy, Pete Davidson show. I'm not even sure what it's called. The Pickup, where they play armored car. They pick up. They drive armored cars, armored vehicles to pick up money from banks.
It's like a heist thing, right?
Yeah,
it's like a Netflix movie, right?
On Prime.
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime.
I got halfway through it. I was scrolling through my phone the whole time. I got 5 minutes in, and I started picking up my phone and scrolling. Don't watch it. It's awful. I don't know what happens at the end. I'm not going to go back and check tonight. That's my review of The Pickup.
It's
Eddie
awful.
Murphy,
Don't watch it.
Eddie
Nigel's
Murphy,
review.
Eddie Murphy was just such a, man, he had so many, the Beverly, we were just talking about the Mount Rushmore of Eddie Murphy movies. I'd count Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2 as just one movie. Trading Places.
Coming to America.
Which my wife, a side note, my wife was letting my daughter watch that on her iPad. The first Coming to America.
Good.
And she was laughing her ass off.
Good.
I heard
I
her
hope
up
you
there.
come home one day and have sweet little Harper say, "Anybody move, I'll blow your bleeping head off." The Samuel L. Jackson line.
But this was, I don't recommend it. I don't like Pete Davidson. I don't think he's funny. I just don't think he's funny.
Allison, why does Pete Davidson get so much hot tail?
Because chicks think he's funny. I just don't think
he's funny.
And I've heard he's Tommy Lee-esque.
Yes, that is a rumor.
Yes.
That is quite
If
the
you know
rumor.
what I'm talking about.
If you know, you know.
Right.
So that's my review.
So would you hook up with Pete Davidson if given the opportunity, Allison? Because you didn't seem like you were against it. Like, to me, he looks like somebody that would be a zombie. He just looks tired.
He just said he's going to be a dad. He's with like a supermodel right now.
Okay.
So, proving your point.
But if given the opportunity, does producer Allison hook up with Pete Davidson?
I'm not answering that.
That's a yes. That's a yes.
Probably go with no there. If
Right.
you don't want to, if you don't,
You can think what
you don't
you
wanna-
want.
If you don't want to leave any ambiguity in your answer, just say no.
Right.
She goes, I don't want to answer that.
You're
Because
embarrassed
the
to say
answer-
yes.
Well, don't be embarrassed about it. We're
Or
human
no.
beings here.
Right.
You'll never know.
Okay.
Oh, I think we do. You were watching the god-awful Eddie Murphy movie.
Yes.
I was on the NFL Network because they had preseason garbage football on all weekend.
You were a degenerate in betting on it, I'm sure.
Absolutely. 100%. But I did see something really cool. The Jaguars kicker,
Oh, yeah.
Cam Little, booted a 70-yard field goal. 7-0.
This kid can really drill the ball. Holy smokes. They got a shot. He just kicked a 70-yard field goal. Are you kidding me? Crazy.
70 yards. The ball was on like the 40 on the, not even got to the 50 yet. It was on the opposite 40. And my man lined up and just kicked the bejesus out of it.
And that tells me that he's been doing that constantly at practice. You don't just roll that guy out for the first time and say, hey, go kick a 70-yarder, dude.
Think you can make it?
I was with, I did a live broadcast when I was at X 103 at the Colts complex. Remember Vanderjagt was our kicker?
Yes.
He was, again, using a tee. He wasn't in a game, but he was kicking 70-plus yards through the field goal there at the Colts complex.
A tee makes a big difference.
Well, sure, I know, I understand, but, I mean, it can be done. Apparently, it can be done in a game. What's the record in a game, do you know?
I think the record in a game is 66.
Is it 66?
This isn't going to count because it was preseason,
yeah.
but man, I'm just surprised it wasn't in a regular season game to beat the Colts. Because in my lifetime, I remember Josh Scobie and all these Jags kickers kicking these ridiculously long kicks to break the Colts' hearts.
A lot of Colts killers on that team, man.
It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220. That's Hammer and Nigel to 46220. Or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Man, I wish you guys could have seen my garage floor before Galaxy Concrete Coatings got a hold of it. I live in a pretty old house. The garage floor had never been maintained. It was uneven and cracked and dirty and stained and worn down. And Galaxy Concrete Coatings came in within a day and gave me something brand new and beautiful and stronger. Lifetime warranty right now with Galaxy Concrete Coatings. My new Galaxy Concrete garage floor is out of this world. Check out their website to see pictures and get a quote, galaxyconcretecoatings.com, or call their office, 751-9070.
Indianapolis was built for speed, electricity, and nonstop action. So was Live Golf. So where better to crown a new individual champion? Leading the pack, Rahm, DeChambeau, and Neiman. But only one can be the victor. So be at Chatham Hills August 15th to 17th as Live Golf gets even louder. With a doubleheader concert from Riley Green and Jason Derulo. Tickets are already flying out of the gate. Hurry and grab yours now at livegolf.com.
Beth, you're in charge of ordering the tacos for the meeting today, yeah?
I'm not going to order the tacos.
What?
I'm going to Easy Cater the tacos. With Easy Cater, you can order from a huge variety of restaurants, track expenses, and save time.
Nice.
Oh, by the way, you're emailing the meeting notes, right?
No, I'm going to easy mail them. Where's my music?
Sorry, Ben. There's no Easy Cater for that.
Easy Cater, the easy way to order food for work. Order now at easycater.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What you've got weather-wise. For now, you have a partly cloudy sky and 91 degrees on Monument Circle. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 3:32. If you're tired of dealing with the heat in Indiana, John Herrick reports on what you might want to know about it.
Heat index values will be near 100 all week long with some scattered rain mixed in. Chad Swain with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says if you're looking for a significant cool down, you'll be playing the waiting game.
It may take a while to cool down. It could be closer toward the end of the month before we start seeing cooler weather.
And even with rain falling at times this week, Swain does not expect any severe weather with this. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
At least one person has died and 2 people cannot be found after an explosion happened at the U.S. Steel plant in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman arrived at the U.S. Clairton Coke Works plant just south of Pittsburgh.
Thoughts go to the families. They've lost someone today, and it's just absolutely tragic. And now I grieve for these families.
No word on the cause of the explosion. Texas is on the lookout for its missing Democratic state representatives. They left the state to keep a vote from happening on a redistricting plan and disaster relief bills. Texas House Speaker Dustin Burrows talks about new charges against the missing Democrats.
Under Rule 5, Section 3 of the House rules, those breaking quorum will be held financially responsible for the costs they've created.
He says he'll keep them in Austin until a quorum is met. The UFC is making a move to Paramount. They just signed a massive $7.7 billion deal that kicks off in 2026, which gives Paramount the rights to all 43 live events. The best part, you'll be able to stream all the action on Paramount Plus at no additional charge, with some events also airing on CBS. You've got traffic and weather coming in 1 minute. It's 3:33.
The Indiana State Fair. It is a Hoosier masterpiece.
a summer tradition like no other. I love the fair, the food, the concerts, more food, the tap room, the dairy bar, and coming up on August 14th, it's AAA Hoosier Motor Club Day, where AAA Hoosier Motor Club members get in free. AAA Day at the Indiana State Fair. You don't pay admission, just show your AAA card, and you are in for a full day of fun. And also going on right now is your chance to win a free music vacation with AAA's Ultimate Concert Sweepstakes. This includes 2 concert tickets to any Live Nation venue in the United States, plus airfare, hotel, and $200 to spend. Register online or on AAA Hoosier Motor Club's social media page. And if you subscribe to receive AAA Hoosier Motor Club emails, you get 5 additional entries. Visit AAA.com or call 844-GO, AAA GO, or stop by that local AAA office.
You've got traffic now. Here's Matt Bear.
Northbound 69 after 82nd Street. That's a crash blocking the right lane, slowing things down as you make your way up to Fishers here this evening. Southbound 6570 stop and go traffic from the north split down to the south split, and that's delaying us just by a couple of minutes. Eastbound 465 north side slow before and after Allisonville Road. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window, employee owned. B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door. Trust a local, trust employee owned, trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Tonight, mostly clear, low temperatures in the lower 70s as we go ahead towards Tuesday. Scattered rain chances are possible in the afternoon and evening hours. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Ryan Morse for 93 WIBC.
That was the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
The only way to bag a classy lady is to give her 2 tickets to the gun show.
It's Monday Gun Day with the gun guy.
Just watch out for the guns. They'll get you.
Guy Relford.
Stop calling your arms guns.
The Hammer and Nigel show.
Yeah. My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there. Also joining us live in studio. Guy Relford, host of the Gun Guy Show Saturdays right here on 93 WIBC. 2A attorney licensed firearms instructor. Guy, how are you?
I'm great, and thanks as always to our sponsor for Monday Gun Day. That's Premier Arms in Brownsburg with the largest selection of new, used, and historic firearms in the Midwest. And PA Jewelers located in the farmhouse right out front. Check them out at 3754 South Green Street in Brownsburg or premierarms.com.
Let's not let this segment end. I think we're going to do 2 segments because you have some events coming up, and I definitely want to get to those.
You bet.
Do you want to mention them now, or should we wait?
Well, I'm glad to get into it.
Okay.
I'm excited about tomorrow night. I'm attending a fundraiser for Craig Haggard. He's a great conservative, pro-Second Amendment constitutionalist, state legislator now.
Been in the news lately.
Been in the news a little bit for all the wrong reasons. No fault of his own. Yeah. He and his wife were victims of a ridiculous ploy, prank, whatever you want to call it, in the State House. But he's a great guy, and I've known him for a long, long time, long before he was a state legislator. And he's who we need in Congress. And he's going to announce tomorrow night. In fact, I'm going to do the announcing at an event. Cool. In Plainfield, and it's all over my social media. If you want to check that out, you can see that Guy Relford on Twitter or my social media on Facebook. But we're going to formally announce he's running for the 4th Congressional District after the speculation plays out that Jim Baird doesn't run for re-election at age 79, I believe.
Okay, so we got that going on. And I was listening to your show this week, and I was driving around.
Awesome.
And
I'm honored.
You got a couple things going on, right?
Yeah. Also, coming up September 11th, the Salvation Army, it's called Clays for a Cause. And you guys know me. I love to shoot sporting clays. I'm kind of late into getting into sporting clays, but my home club is Indiana Gun Club, friends of mine, and Salvation Army is going to have Clays for a Cause on September 11th, and there's a fundraiser to send underprivileged kids to the Hidden Hills Youth Camp, summer camp. Another great project. You know, WIBC obviously has a long partnership with Salvation Army, and we try to raise as much money as we can every year during the Radiothon. It was another event specifically for underage kids Clays for a Cause. Come out and bust some clays. You don't have to have any experience. It's going to be safe. It's going to be supervised. I fully plan to win the thing, by the way.
Call it a shot.
Of course you do.
Absolutely.
All right.
Deep center field on that one. But I'm looking forward to that. And people can you just Google Clays for a Cause 2025. Salvation Army comes right up. Teams of 4 can register for $800. It's a fundraiser again. That goes to a great cause. I got a team together, and we're going to be out there, and people come shoot against me. I'd love to meet some people. In the meantime, raise some money for a great cause.
And we're going to put this information on the podcast page so people can go back and listen to it. But if they have questions, they can reach out to you, right?
Absolutely. Reach out to me, especially on Twitter. Give me a follow while you're on there, at Guy Relford, Twitter or X, and we'll get you hooked up.
If you got a big backyard, you still can't just shoot at clay pigeons, right? You got to have a designated area.
Well,
I'm assuming. I was watching the Denzel Washington movie the other night, American Gangster.
Yeah.
And, they have these big sprawling mansions with these
with the
lobsters.
grounds and all that, yeah.
Yeah, but you can't just go out in your backyard and throw up clay pigeons and
Well,
shoot
you got a couple. It's a great question. You got a couple concerns. If those rounds, again, shotgun, especially with very small shot like you're using to shoot clays, doesn't go very far. But your first concern is, are you endangering any of the people around you, depending on how big your yard is? Secondly, are you outside of city limits? Because typically there are ordinances that say you can't fire a gun within city limits. But the number one thing you got to be concerned with is rounds venturing off your property and endangering someone else. That's criminal recklessness with a deadly weapon. That's a felony. You go to prison. But then
wait a minute. Joe Biden said I could just fire a gun up into the air and it would scare bad guys away, guys.
Strange, huh? Joe Biden says on national TV that, we should all go commit felonies. But the ordinance violation for discharging a firearm within city limits is another problem.
Might want to have some acreage.
You want to have some anchorage. And you know what? I mean, clays are different things. You're using a very small shot in a shotgun. But any kind of rounds you're shooting on your property, you want to make sure they don't get off your property.
Gotcha.
So a proper backstop is really where that starts for things other than sporting clays.
So, Guy, it's back to school time. I think pretty much everybody's back to school now that's high school or younger. Might be a few outliers. College kids will be going back here soon. I'm reading that in Texas, more and more teachers are being armed. And I thought this would probably be a good time to remind everybody what the policy is for here in Indiana.
Yeah, no, it's a great question, and it's very timely. First of all, we've had a law in Indiana for a long, long time that although the same law, one subsection says it's illegal to possess a firearm on school property unless you're a police officer, another exception that has been built into that for a long time is that anyone else authorized by the school board or body that administers a charter school may also carry a firearm if specifically authorized by the school board. So if a school board in Indiana chooses to allow teachers or staff or whomever else they may want to carry a firearm on school property, a school board has that prerogative in Indiana. And for the last 2 years, thanks to a bill the General Assembly passed that was introduced by my friend Jim Lucas, is the city has a standardized 40 hours. This is the same amount of time that police officers get with firearms in the police academy. But the teachers or staff or whoever else employed by a school corporation can actually get a standardized curriculum for firearm training. Not just firearms, it's specified for the school environment. So it's active shooter response, it's field first aid, it's weapon retention, which is obviously so important in a school environment. But there's a standardized curriculum the school board wants. They can arm their teachers. They can have their teachers attend this 40-hour course, and the state will provide a grant to pay for it. How cool is that?
Because that was going to be my follow-up question. Let's say somebody is just starting the school year and they've decided, you know what, this is the year that I want to protect myself, I want to protect my students, but I don't know what to do next.
Yes.
Let's say that teacher has made that decision. What do they do?
Such a good question, Jason. Go to their school board, tell your school board, either here's my experience already or here's my willingness to participate in additional training, and I want to be able to be armed to protect myself and my students and my fellow staff on school property. If the school board authorizes that for them and anyone else, then again, they can apply for a grant, receive that money from the state, and the state will prove them, will pay for them to get 40 hours. That's a lot of firearm training. That's a big deal, and that's available right here in Indiana.
One more question. When you say teachers can carry in school, does that mean on person?
Sure.
Or does that mean a lockbox in their desk or something like that?
It's another great question. It's based on whatever protocol the school wants to put in place. But it would include carrying on their person on school property if that's the protocols that are put in place by the school board. But that's up to the school board.
And that's with like a holster like covered up. You can't be just walking around like you're doing an old school NWA video, right? Pointing it sideways at kids.
Well, you certainly can't be pointing it sideways at kids. Great point. You go to jail for that. But what the carry protocols and the weapon retention protocols, those are all going to be up to the school board to decide. And there are places in other states, for instance, that have authorized teachers to open carry, because that's what the school board's decided to do. But typically, I think that the mindset is certainly, and those few school districts around the state that have done it, it's concealed carry or a lockbox that only those authorized and trained teachers have access to somewhere there in the classroom or nearby.
Come back for one more segment?
Always, you betcha.
It's Monday Gunday with Guy Relford. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Your future holds so much potential. The question is, are you planting the right seeds today to make it flourish? At Howard Bailey Financial, we strive to help you create a retirement plan that can adapt to your evolving needs, offering guidance to bring you clarity, confidence, and purpose along the way. Whether you're just beginning or refining your financial strategy, we're here to support you. Let's grow something lasting together. Text GROW to 888-262-1104 to start planning for your future full of possibility. That's GROW to 888-262-1104. Take the first step today. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln & Fishers. Come see the full line of breathtaking Lincoln vehicles at Indiana's premier Lincoln dealership. From the moment you arrive at Tom Roush Lincoln, you'll know you've arrived. Shop over 200 new Lincolns in our state-of-the-art family-owned and operated dealership with no pressure. Just the award-winning service and respect you deserve, plus complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln & Fishers.
An official message from Medicare.
I'm saving money on my Medicare prescriptions. Maybe you can save too. With Medicare's Extra Help program, my premium is zero and my out-of-pocket costs are low. Who should apply? Single people making less than $24,000 a year or married couples who make less than $32,000. Even if you don't think you qualify, it pays to find out.
Go to ssa.gov/extrahelp. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Get a great deal on versatile Kubota equipment today, like the Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor, the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S., Z-Series mowers, and Sidekick utility vehicles. Stop by your local Kubota dealer today. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $4,500. Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Stop by McAllister Machinery in Indianapolis to see their full line of Kubota or visit them online at McAllisterKubota.com.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Fostech is American-made firearms made right here in Indiana. American craftsmanship meets cutting-edge innovation. Their lightweight AR-15s are incredible, and they don't sacrifice dependability or durability. Advanced machining capabilities create incredible products, and they are all designed, machined, assembled, and tested right here in Indiana. Fostech, owned by a family that has served and loved their country. Find a dealer near you or visit Fostech.com. That's F-O-S-T-E-C-H, Fostech.com. Use promo code WIBC for 10% off your order.
Join Sertoma Club of Greenwood for Wham Fest, a festival of wine, art, music, and microbrew. Saturday, August 16th at Greenwood's Craig Park. Tickets and more at whamfest.com.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door.
Because at B-Window,
we mean business.
Big stories locally, big moves in Washington. WIBC.com keeps you updated throughout the day with all the news that matters, plus traffic, weather, and more on your phone, your laptop, wherever you are. It's news when you need it.
Matt Baer, what's going on?
Northbound 69, crash at 82nd Street, blocking the left lane and causing stop-and-go traffic through the area. No delay at the moment. Southbound 6570, that's a construction delay from the north split to the south split, delayed 3 minutes. South side, southbound 65, a medical emergency after the 465 ramps as you're traveling south, and it's blocking the left lane, jamming traffic into the 465 interchange, as in slowing down the ramp from westbound to southbound. That medical emergency. Northbound 65 stop-and-go traffic, Raymond Street into the south split because of construction and a crash on the east side. That's 30th at Arlington Avenue. Traffic sponsored by B-Window. Right now, employee-owned B-Window means business. Receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door. Trust a local, trust employee-owned, trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
It's a hot one. 91 right now at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Monday Gunday with Guy Relford. Guy, I'm going to play a piece of audio for you here. Maybe I'm the Lone Ranger. Maybe I'm the only one that finds this super creepy and weird. But fired CNN host Jim Acosta, he did a mock interview with an AI version of one of the Parkland victims.
Yes.
So the Parkland School Massacre, Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, that took place a number of years ago. Joaquin Oliver was one of those killed in the attack. And to promote some sort of gun control initiative, Jim Acosta did an AI interview, complete with video, with this kid.
Joaquin, I would like to know what your solution would be for gun violence.
Great question. I believe in a mix of stronger gun control laws. It's about building a culture of kindness and understanding. What do you think about that?
I think that's a great idea, Joaquin.
I think that's incredibly creepy and weird, Guy. Am I the only one here?
No. And when I saw this, Jason, my first thought is this just substantiates what I already thought about Jim Acosta, which is he's completely useless and an idiot. But the other is, creepy is exactly the right word. And again, we talk all the time right here on this show during this segment. We'll talk about how people will advance a political agenda, particularly gun control, standing essentially on the backs of dead kids. How horrific is it, and how disgusting is it that you would put words in the mouth? I mean, these are other people's words by definition, right? This kid hadn't been around for several years. You're putting other kids' words in his mouth through AI. It's one thing when, for humor or for entertainment. I mean, okay, that's a great role for AI.
Like, we have fun with it on this show.
Absolutely.
And I make Nigel shirtless, rubbing, fast food on his body.
Oh, well,
yeah, that's great.
I mean, making out with Nancy Pelosi is totally, completely, that's an acceptable use of AI. But to put words in a dead kid's mouth, simply to promote a political agenda.
And I'm wondering if that came from his parents.
It did. And
I still think it's
still
weird.
Creepy and weird. And I'm trying to imagine, like somebody coming to me or someone coming to you guys or Tony Katz, legitimate broadcasters around here, and saying, how about doing a serious interview to pass on information with an AI version of this deceased person. How would you feel about doing that? A serious interview with someone who's no longer alive in order to advance a political agenda. I would tell them they're crazy. I wouldn't even consider doing that.
And as a parent, I just couldn't do that with my deceased child.
Yeah, you don't know what the parents are going through, though. That's my only thing is I don't know what the parents are grieving and the process is like for them. I don't know what they're thinking.
You're right.
Okay?
They have the right to do what they want, but I also have the right to say you're using your kid as a prop.
Well, and to say I don't understand what they're going through is completely accurate, and I agree.
Right.
But I will still say yes, you've been grieving the death of your son all this time, and I have all the empathy in the world for that. But you grieve them, and you think an appropriate way to do that is to advance a political agenda by putting words in their mouth. While I can empathize and 100% agree with your statement, we don't know what they're going through, I will absolutely disagree with that decision.
Like, what if Jim Acosta pushed back against the AI video? What law would have changed this? Because there were red flag cases against Nicholas Cruz, the shooter at Parkland, that were completely ignored. Like, it's become almost passé in pop culture now to make fun of the saying, yes, he was on our radar.
Yes. Oh, well, this kid put out on social media, the shooter in the Parkland case. He put it on social media. He wanted to become the next school shooter. It was out there. And then the FBI was notified of that. The FBI was notified of that. And then you want to turn around and say, oh, well, another law on the books would have prevented this? Oh, hell no. It's irresponsible. But I still go back to, I think I can have as much empathy for those parents as possible, which I do, and
Agreed.
still think this is incredibly creepy that they use their son for this political purpose.
It was creepy when Kanye West made the AI of Robert Kardashian as a gift for Kim. Remember when he did that?
Yeah.
That was creepy. Like, bringing people back to life with AI, just, I don't know. I'll keep my AI skills at Nigel making out with Pelosi and Allison twerking. That's about the extent that I want to go right there. Where can people find you at, Guy?
Really, best ways through Twitter or X. Give me a follow while you're on there. Twitter or X at Guy Relford.
Guy, you're the best, my friend.
buddy.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Coming up next, Donald Trump. Man, when that kid from Doge, the 19-year-old kid from Doge got assaulted, that was the breaking point for the old man.
In D.C., yeah.
The feds are taking over D.C. We'll talk about it next.
Comcast Business High Five Hotline. What's the state of your excitement?
I signed my business up for the 5-year price lock guarantee, and I can't stop high-fiving people. High five!
Okay, deep breath. You're in a good place. You signed your business up for 5 years of gig speed internet and advanced security, all on our ultra-reliable network.
Gig speeds and advanced security? I'm so stoked.
Yep, and you get it at a great rate that's locked in for 5 years.
Woo!
The high five is just your body's way of saying, I'm winning.
So this is natural.
High-fiving everyone you see in a state of business savings enthusiasm, totally natural.
Sweet! Thank you! Thank you! High five, everybody! High five!
The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee is back, but only for a limited time, so sign your business up today.
High five!
Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 9/21/25 for new customers with qualifying bundle. Current customers may be eligible depending on services and area. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Yeah, the hot weather doesn't look like it's going anywhere. Certainly didn't over the weekend. And the AC in your house, if it's working overtime to keep your house cool and comfortable, it's time to change that with some builder-grade, custom-built, high-quality windows from Window Nation. Go to windownation.com right now with this deal. 50% off all style windows and no money up front.
50% off. 50% off all window styles. And if that's not enough, 0 down payments, 0 interest. You don't pay for 2 full years. Pay nothing until 2027 and let the experts at Window Nation give you the best windows on the market for half the price. 866-90-NATION. Even if you're just thinking about getting new windows, lock the deal in by making that call. 866-90-NATION or go to windownation.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Allison Krauss and Union Station featuring Jerry Douglas. Arcadia 2025 Tour. August 21st, Everwise Amphitheater at White River State Park. With special guest Willie Watson. Reserve seat pavilion and general admission lawn on sale now at livenation.com. Part of the Jack Daniels concert series. Don't miss Alison Krauss and Union Station featuring Jerry Douglas live.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to goodrx.com/GLP. That's goodrx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
This is the soundtrack of summer.
And new memories are waiting at your Indiana State Fair.
Your Indiana State Fair is closed today. Fair Fun returns with $2 Tuesday presented by Indiana Secretary of State. $2 rides, $2 food, and $2 admission. It's the greatest deal of the summer. Plan your trip at indianastatefair.com.
Sounds like fun. Your Indiana State Fair, presented by Get Prepared Indiana.
Hey, it's Matt Baer for Concrete Exteriors. Don't wait to beautify your home for summer for a fresh new look and increased home value. New siding by Concrete Exteriors is the answer. From James Hardy fiber cement siding to a big array of vinyl siding colors and styles, the experienced pros at Concrete have all the choices. Plus, a lifetime workmanship warranty and over 10,000 satisfied customers. For your free estimate, call Concrete Exteriors at 317-ROOFING or visit concreteexteriors.com. Tell them I sent you.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, you'll hear about why homeless people have been having to leave certain areas, how the weather will roll out across the state throughout the week, and what a man who used to be an Anderson officer did wrong. You'll hear about that along with those other stories right after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 4 o'clock.
Controversy in the Capitol. I'm Tom Graham, Fox News. Protesting in Washington.
DC, we shall not be.
Reaction after President Trump pledged to federalize law enforcement in the nation's capital.
Deploying the National Guard to help reestablish law, order, and public safety in Washington, D.C., and they're going to be allowed to do their job properly.
The move follows high-profile crimes. Fox's Alexandria Hoff.
The president said that crime is directly impacting the function of the federal government. Therefore, it is his job to do something about that, and he did today by invoking Section 740 of D.C.'s home rule. What that allows the president to do is take control of the city's police department under emergency conditions for a certain amount of time. So for now, the Justice Department will run D.C.'s Metropolitan Police Force. Well, D.C.'s Attorney General, he's disputing all of this by saying the administration's actions are unprecedented, unnecessary, and unlawful. There is no crime emergency in the District of Columbia. Violent crime in D.C. reached historic 30-year lows last year and is down another 26% so far this year.
D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser calling it unsettling. An explosion today at a U.S. steel plant in Pennsylvania. Rescue crews searching the rubble near Pittsburgh. Fox's Nate Foy.
We are being told by county officials that there's possible entrapment, so they are searching through the rubble and trying to find anybody who remains after this explosion that happened at the U.S. Steel Clairton Coke Works factory just before 11 a.m. This is the largest coke manufacturing facility in the United States, and county officials said about the status of the injured, quote, the status of those individuals is not known at this time. Emergency Services is coordinating with all local agencies. The Allegheny County Health Department warning those who live within 1 mile of the factory to stay indoors, close all windows and doors, and also set your HVAC system to recirculate.
At least one person dead. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A homeless camp shutting down. Partly cloudy and 91 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. I'm Jake McDaniel. This report is brought to you by Moss Roofing, and here's what's trending at 4:02. A man in Fountain Square just south of downtown Indianapolis says he's been attacked by homeless people, and it's time the city forces them out.
Doesn't matter what their past is or whatever, they've been given warning. It's time to go. It's the law. You know, they say if you don't like it, run for councilman, vote. It does matter.
City leaders handed out a letter in late July promising to help homeless people move their belongings, but several others say the city hasn't delivered on those promises. No matter where you are in Indiana, your air conditioning is probably going to get a workout this week.
Much of the week we're going to see very warm to hot and humid conditions across
much of the area with temperatures up to around 90.
Chad Swain with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says there will be off and on chances for rain the next few days. A former Anderson police officer is facing federal charges for selling cocaine. Tyree Wilson was charged alongside Duncan Harmon after police looked into a transaction involving drugs. Officers say the deals were made with a confidential source who had used cocaine with Wilson. A water main break in Western Carmel has caused disruptions in water service, with the exact location and extent of the impact unclear. A boil advisory has been in place for all Westside Carmel customers due to pressure loss in the drinking water system. That means you'll need to boil your water for at least 1 full minute and let it cool before using it. And a capacity. 2 teams from Indiana are in the preseason top 25 AP college football poll. John Herrick explains.
Notre Dame is ranked 6th, while Indiana is 20th. Notre Dame is in the preseason top 10 for the 3rd time in 4 years. Indiana is ranked in the preseason AP poll for just the 4th time in program history. Indiana had a scrimmage this past weekend. IU head football coach Kurt Cignetti gave his thoughts on it Monday.
Like almost every first scrimmage we've ever had, 2 may missed assignments, and there was good, there was bad, and there was ugly. But the effort and the competition was good.
Indiana's first game is against Old Dominion August 30th, while Notre Dame battles Miami August 31st. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Traffic and weather next. It's 4:04.
The kids are heading back to school, and let's be honest, you're finally getting the house to yourself again, which makes now the perfect time to take care of that roof, siding, or gutters you've been putting off. And Moss Roofing is here to help. Moss Roofing has been helping Central Indiana homeowners for 34 years. They're family-owned, locally rooted, and known for doing things right every shingle time. Free inspections, honest advice, and top-quality work on roofing, siding, gutters, and windows. They treat your home like it's their own, and they clean up like they were never there. That's why they've got great reviews and a loyal following of happy homeowners. So don't put it off any longer. Let Moss Roofing check your roof, your siding, and your gutters to make sure they're ready for the winter ahead. For your free inspection, call 317-747-3665. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-747-3665. Moss Roofing, 747-3665, or online at Moss, M-O-S-S, mossroofing.com.
Traffic at 4:05. Matt Bear, what you got?
Southbound 6570 downtown. That's top traffic from the north split to the south split. And then on the northeast side, northbound 69. Crash clear after 82nd. But now we have a stall in the other direction. It's southbound 69 after 82nd Street. And it looks like the ramp is partially blocked right now. So be careful as you make your way on your exit to I-69. East side northbound 465 slows after East 56th Street up to I-69. Eastbound 70 stop and go traffic coming in from Belmont into the south split, a 4-minute delay. Southbound 65 slows before Raymond Street down to Edgewood Avenue because of an earlier medical emergency. The left lane has reopened. And eastbound 465 stop and go traffic from South Meridian over to I-65. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now employee owned. B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door. Trust a local, trust employee owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Expect a warm and mostly clear Monday night with lows falling into the lower 70s. Tuesday, look to chase our 25th 90-degree day of the year with a chance for spotty to scattered showers and storms, mainly in the afternoon and nighttime hours. Humidity values will also be on the higher side as well. Wednesday is a touch cooler, but still warm with highs in the upper 80s with a spotty shower storm chance at any point in the daytime hours. The heat and humidity will continue through the end of the work week as well. I'm Wish TV Storm Track A meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it.
Well, I don't know about you, Hammer. I love Trump federalizing Metro Police. They're in D.C., deploying National Guard to take on Washington crime. I think this is all, you know, the guy from Doge that was carjacked, Big Balls.
The 19-year-old.
Was severely beaten in Washington, D.C., and
there was an intern that was killed for somebody else.
And then outside the embassy, just tons of crime there. So Trump's like, I've got special powers in D.C. It's not like the rest of the United States. There's unique and constitutional status of the District of Columbia, which is, it's not a state, but it's a federal district. So,
Right.
So the Congress and Donald Trump have authority over D.C.
Because we've seen
So-
a lot of people since this announcement say, now let's do Chicago, let's
Yes.
do Los
No, you
Angeles,
can't do
let's
that.
do Indianapolis.
No, you can't do that. You've got to have the governors basically call in the National Guard. But this doesn't count. The D.C. is exactly the same.
Right. And this was a strong presser, and we knew this was coming. So Trump went
Yeah.
up there today.
Yeah.
There was Attorney General Pam Bondi, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, the big Judge Janine. She's like in charge of like a lot of the judges now in the greater Washington, D.C. area. They were all up there today. Here is President Trump talking about what's going to happen with Washington, D.C.
I'm announcing a historic action to rescue our nation's capital from crime, bloodshed, bedlam, and squalor, and worse. This is Liberation Day in D.C., and we're going to take our capital back. We're taking it back. Under the authorities vested in me as the President of the United States, I'm officially invoking Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act. You know what that is? And placing the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control. Very good people, but they're tough, and they know what's happening, and they've done it before. In addition, I'm deploying the National Guard to help reestablish law, order, and public safety in Washington, D.C., and they're going to be allowed to do their job properly.
Yeah, I mean, look, the 2 Israeli embassy staff members fatally shot outside the Capitol Jewish Museum in D.C. after they left this American Jewish Committee event by a guy that was shouting "Free Palestine."
Right.
I mean, we've only named 3 crimes. I mean, it's countless.
And the
It's
carjackings
ongoing.
are
It's
through the
ongoing.
roof in D.C. Like, unofficially, they've become like the carjacking capital of America, and you're seeing kids, and I say kids, even though they should be tried as an adult, at 14 years old, armed carjacking people, pistol
And
whipping
then
people.
you mentioned Judge Janine. She can't do anything about the 14-year-olds because they're too young. They're juvies. And 14 years old, carjacking? Are you kidding? That's a year older than my son. No, I'm 6 months older than my son. I don't, and they can't do anything about it. So Trump is like, all right, look, I've got special powers here in the District of Columbia, which is not a state, but a federal district, and I'm going to use them.
Indiana Senator Jim Banks puts out a tweet, quote, "I fully support President Trump's plan to make D.C. safe again. Hoosiers should be able to visit our nation's capital without fear of violence." Now, what you're going to hear stupid people say is, well, the homicides are down in D.C. We're going to talk to a guy coming up at 5:30, Curry Meyers, Dr. Curry Meyers, America's criminologist.
Yeah.
He's going to tell you why that's crap. And it all goes into the system of how and when some of these chiefs of police choose to put in the data. It's not an exact science by a long
And they're
shot.
going to tell you the same thing about carjackings in D.C. Well, they're down by, 2 or 3.
Right.
Seriously.
No, you're right.
That's going to be an excuse. Well, we've got control of the situation. It's down by 5 this time last year.
It's not a record, so we're doing a victory lap. That's what we see here in Indianapolis.
Exactly.
Joe Hogsett and Ryan Meyers. Well, homicides are down. Crime is down. From the record level, which you guys happen to have a pretty big hand in here. And don't forget, here in Indy, at the beginning of the year, Joe Hogsett was begging, trying to make it a thing that local media change the way they report on homicide numbers. They didn't want you to include any sort of self-defense acts, which those count as homicides too. They wanted to just be criminal. But the problem is, every other year in the history of the city of Indianapolis, they've included all homicides. So, no, we're not going to do that, Joe. And again, don't let people fool you. Crime is down in Washington, D.C. Ask anybody that lives there if they feel safe walking around late at night. And I'm glad President Trump is doing this. Which brings us to a Washington, D.C. Donald Trump federal takeover edition of Is It Racist?
It's time to play. Is it racist?
Here to explain how we play this game is somebody who has an office in Washington, D.C., House Rep AOC.
Is it racist? Is something racist, yes or no?
MSNBC went into overdrive after this press conference, Nigel, and one of their analysts is trying to say Donald Trump's attempt to bring down crime in Washington, to lower the crime rate, is because he's racist.
One of the things that we have seen over and over from the president, from his team, Stephen Miller saying it's like Baghdad in Ethiopia. They seem to hold their harshest criticism sometimes for cities that are majority black and brown.
So Trump only is concerned about safety in places where everybody is black or brown. So if I understand this correctly, and please correct me if I'm wrong, Nigel, this guy on MSNBC would rather have more black people die than have peace and order under white President Donald Trump.
More of those crimes are happening in hot zones where minorities live. And Trump wants to crack down on that crime.
He wants less black people to die. So he's a racist, according to MSNBC.
MSNBC analyst is calling him a racist?
Correct.
Now, a bunch of doughy guys sitting in a radio studio deciding if doughy white guys deciding if something is racist. I'd say that's not racist. I'd say Trump wanting to control the crime is not racist.
I agree with you.
I'd say that's probably
what about criticizing him for only calling out black and brown cities like this MSNBC analyst? I kind of feel like that is. Because I didn't hear Donald Trump go up there today and say black crime is a big problem.
No.
If you're a white dude, if you're a black dude, if you're Hispanic, if you're Asian, if you are committing acts against the law, Donald Trump has a problem with you. Hell, even the black mayor of Washington, D.C., Muriel Bowser, who certainly is not anybody that's going to be wearing a MAGA hat anytime soon, even she seems like she's open to a little bit of help from the Trump administration.
We do need the federal government's help, as I mentioned, because they have an outsized influence on our criminal justice system. We need more prosecutors. We need more judges. There are other ways to help. Even we want to rebuild our jail, and there are ways that the feds can help with that. But also just doing their part, cutting the grass, fixing the fountains, making sure that federal law enforcement is doing all of the policing that they can do. And I just have to say thank you to MPS, FBI, ATF, who've always worked cooperatively with us, and we expect that they will.
Now, she's not all in on everything that Trump rolled out today, but it certainly doesn't seem like she thinks he's a racist for wanting to help.
Not at all. And just build the jails. I don't know what she was talking about cutting the grass. What does that have to do with anything?
How about you have your people that are paid to do that, do that?
Just build the jails.
Right. We got time for one more. Is it racist? Can we squeeze it in?
Another one?
Bonus round.
Okay.
And it involves Donald Trump. Actress and podcaster Jennifer Welch.
Never heard of her.
Never heard of her, but boy, has she had a lot of work done. Man, I watched this video. Her face doesn't move. She has had so much Botox. She looks like Tim Allen in that scene in Christmas with the Cranks, right before he's getting ready to go on vacation. Actress and podcaster Jennifer Welch says that white Trump voters, evil whitey, should not be allowed to eat at Mexican or Chinese restaurants and should only go to Cracker Barrel.
I've had it with white people that triple trumped, that have the nerve and the audacity to walk into a Mexican restaurant, a Chinese restaurant, an Indian restaurant, go to perhaps their gay hairdresser I don't think you should be able to enjoy anything but Cracker Barrel. And if you want to triple Trump, and you want to browbeat DEI, and you want to browbeat gay people, and you want to browbeat black people, as you've been doing for 400 years, and you want to browbeat this generation of immigrants that come over here and open up businesses earnestly, pay their taxes. You want to demonize them and call them rapists and felons and all this shit. I have fucking had it from top to bottom. White people that triple Trump should be banned, boycotted from enjoying the best thing that America has to offer, which is multiculturalism.
Nudge, is it racist?
Yeah, it's racist. I can't. But first of all, the Mexicans would say it was racist. I'm sure there's Mexican restaurants, local mom and pop restaurants, that would like anybody and everybody to patronize their establishments.
Right.
Okay, there's local ones in Zionsville. They don't care what color you are. They don't care who you voted for. They want your money.
Boy, there is nobody on earth more offended than a suburban white woman.
Now, I'll go to Cracker Barrel.
I will too.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Now, I believe the politically correct term is the honky bucket. The honky bucket. But man, suburban white women, boy oh boy, Sarah McLachlan needs to do some sort of fundraiser. For just 5 cents a day, you can help a suburban white woman not be offended for somebody else. All right, Matt Baer, what's up?
Northbound 69 before 82nd Street. It's a stall over on the right side of the interstate. Eastbound 465 stop and go traffic Keystone Avenue over to I-69. Southbound 6570 loaded from the north split to the south split. That's a 2-minute delay. Eastbound 70 stop and go traffic Belmont into the south split delayed 4 minutes. South side eastbound 465 9-minute delay from I-69 over to I-65. And on the north side westbound 465 slows out of 31 over to Michigan Road. Crash rolled vehicle 32-32nd at Central Avenue, and then a crash on the east side 30th at Arlington Avenue. Traffic sponsored by Speedway. Got one of those days that never stops? Try a stop at Speedway. Refresh the vibe with 69 cents large big gulp drinks. Speed Rewards app required, valid through 8/26/25. See app for full terms. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the other thing, I think black people enjoy the Cracker Barrel too. Are they not allowed to go according to offended suburban white woman?
Yeah. Only white people should go to Cracker Barrel.
Okay, fine.
Because the word cracker is in the name of the restaurant.
That's the hot take on the chick that's had so much Botox, she looks like Tim Allen in Christmas with the Cranks. Got it. 90 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Is this anything next?
Has your house become a burden? Why not sell it to us? Simple Quarters is a local Christian company that loves to assist people in difficult situations. Simple Quarters has helped over 3,000 families sell their homes in Indiana.
Wanda's been in real estate. I've been in construction, so she would find properties that we could fix up and resell or rent.
Probably we've flipped about 40 houses. I don't want to do it anymore. Health is not good. We're in our early 80s. Sometimes you have to give it up.
James, he did a good job. James was very cordial and, like I say, responded to our phone calls and kept in contact with us. So he did a good job.
When I got the purchase agreement, and he did have things in there that was pertinent to me. It's important.
Yeah, James followed through on what he said. Did what he said he was going to do.
Yeah.
Other companies make broken promises, but at Simple Quarters, we keep our word. Sell your home to people you can trust. Call Simple Quarters at 317-900-HOME. 317-900-HOME.
Your home is your sanctuary. Get the peace of mind you deserve with a free estimate on a Generac automatic standby generator for your home from Generator Supercenter, the nation's #1 Generac generator dealer. With expert installation and 24-hour monitoring, Generator Supercenter won't leave you in the dark. Financing is available. Take control of your power today with Generator Supercenter. Call 317-827-0808. Generator Supercenter of Indianapolis, 317-827-0808. Everyone knows that PA Jewelers in Brownsburg is the place to get one-of-a-kind jewelry pieces. Diamonds, gold, gemstones, watches, everything. But PA Jewelers at the farmhouse is also the place to sell your jewelry, your watches, your coins, or bullion. PA Jewelers has the best prices and the best payouts. And they walk you through the process so you know what your pieces are worth and what you're getting. PA Jewelers at the farmhouse, 3750 South Green Street in Brownsburg, or online at pajewelers.jewelry. That's pajewelers.jewelry.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use, now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Why do so many basement companies want half the money up front? Could it be because it's easier to get than earning all your trust? At the Michaelis Corporation, they don't ask for a deposit until the job is done and you're completely satisfied. They even start with a free inspection to ensure you know exactly what your home needs without the guesswork. With over 35 years' experience, they've proven that trust is built on results, not deposits. Michaelis, building trust beneath your feet. Visit michaeliscorp.com.
You want to see basketball played the way it's supposed to be? Tune in to Ice Cube's Big Three this summer. Watch stars like Dwight Howard, Kemba Walker, Joe Johnson, Michael Beasley, and many more, along with Hall of Fame coaches. Experience the fast pace and physical play and fun action that defines the game. You know what it is. It's the Big Three. Catch the best professional 3-on-3 players in the world live every weekend on CBS and Vice. Yay, yay!
Community Health Network cares for your heart health. From heart scans and vascular screenings to complex heart procedures, you can count on our expert team for the highest quality cardiovascular care, when and where you need it. Your path to a healthy heart starts with knowing your risk. Schedule a heart scan or vascular screening today. Visit ecommunity.com/heart. Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
Yeah, brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed, presented by the Attorney General's office here in Indiana, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week. Fast, easy, and free to search at indianaunclaimed.gov.
So over the weekend in NASCAR, this wasn't the big cup race. This was like the under race, right? So 19-year-old driver Connor Zilisch won at Watkins Glen. And he got out of his car, and he was jumping on top of the hood to celebrate like you see so many people do. And he slipped, and he fell, and he landed in a very awkward way. Like, he didn't move when he hit the ground. We thought he may have broken his neck.
It was scary, yeah.
Head first onto the concrete.
It's hard to watch.
Take a listen.
7 career wins. Let's go down to Mobile One Victory Lane, Dylan.
Oh, he went down on the cage stand.
Oh, my gosh, he fell.
You saw the video, right?
Yeah. I saw the video. You sent it to me, and it was hard to watch, but I just heard something there that I hadn't heard before. Can you play that again? Listen for what somebody says at the end.
7 career wins. Let's go down to Mobile One Victory Lane, Dylan.
Oh, he went down on the cage stand.
Oh, my gosh, he fell.
Whoops.
Whoops.
Is that an appropriate thing to say when somebody looks like he broke his neck after celebrating a win?
He wasn't moving on the ground.
Whoops. The CT scans are clear. It's something about a broken collarbone, right?
Right.
And he's okay. But I watched that thing that you sent me and Rob, and I go, oh, dear God, he broke his neck.
I was worried about the kid. And then his dad, like a couple hours later, puts out a thing on social media, just checked on him. He's alert. He can move all extremities.
Are you humiliated and embarrassed if you're that dude? I am.
I think you are.
I think you're also thankful that you didn't snap your neck in half.
Right. That could have been worse.
Oh, that's so bad. And I'm assuming he's not racing again for a while.
He was scheduled to race in the big cup race the next day, and he couldn't do it because he was injured.
Oh.
Is this anything? A bear got into a woman's home near Vancouver.
Good Lord.
But her little Pomeranian chased off the bear.
No kidding.
There's security footage of this whole thing. Her dog's name is Scout, and Scout's only about 6 pounds, but it's kind of like Rob Kendall. It's real little, but it's loud and it's mouthy and can scare people away. Here's Kayla talking about her fearless little guy.
I was surprised, but also he's scary when he's mad. It was around noon, and I was in the washroom getting ready. He came sprinting around the corner, and I just saw the bear running out of our kitchen, and he chased it out of the house. He just likes to assert his dominance, or like what.
Where are you living where you can just have a bear randomly wander into your house?
Shut the door.
But that's awesome. The tiny little Pomeranian chased it off. Yeah, that's something for sure.
I think it was in Grown Ups 2, where the daughter opens up the door in the house and like a big deer or elk gets in, and that's how Adam Sandler wakes up in the morning. The scary elk looking at him.
Okay.
Then his wife screams and the elk pees all over him. But this brings us to great moments in shooing away bears history.
Okay.
This is what it sounds like when you're hiking on a trail and have to shoo away a bear.
This sounds like he was having an exorcism.
Multiple ways to shoo away a bear. You could sound like the Tasmanian devil, like that guy. Or you could be very calm, like this lady using her teacher voice.
Get down from there. Get down from there. Right now. Go. You get down from my porch right now. Go. What do you think you're doing on my porch? You get down. Go. How dare you?
Shaming the bear.
Shaming the bear. Last one here. Is this anything? There's a new trend on social media of women ordering food with a man's name instead of their own. This has gone viral after ordering with a female name and a man's name to see how it affects the time and effort of the fast food staff.
I got the exact same order from Chipotle with a girly name, my name, and with a man's name. I changed my customer account name and everything. So let's see who they gave more food to. Ladies first, we're going to start with mine. This is Emily Joy. It's not a bad portion. And this one, I use the name Andrew. Feels a little heavy, but let's see. It looks a lot more full. This makes me really mad.
She's saying because she ordered with a man's name, they gave her more food?
Correct. Sexist Chipotle. Sexist Chipotle.
The dumbest TikTok. I wish I could have. Was this TikTok or was this?
I think you already know the answer to that.
Okay, I'm done with it.
If it's a trend and it's dumb, it's TikTok. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers. Come see the full line of breathtaking Lincoln vehicles at Indiana's premier Lincoln dealership. From the moment you arrive at Tom Roush Lincoln, you'll know you've arrived. Shop over 200 new Lincolns in our state-of-the-art family-owned and operated dealership with no pressure. Just the award-winning service and respect you deserve, plus complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
How conditions will roll out throughout the week. Right now, you've got a mostly cloudy sky and 90 degrees in downtown Indy. Low tonight, 71. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 431. Highs have been in the 90s to the start of the week all across Indiana, but then
there will be a brief relative cool down in the middle of the week to mid to upper 80s, but overall, it'll still be typical dog days of summer weather.
Chad Swain with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says scattered storms are possible at times through Wednesday. A San Francisco federal judge is thinking about evidence to decide if the Trump administration illegally deployed National Guard troops and U.S. Marines to Los Angeles in the middle of immigration protests. This was referred to as illegal by Governor Gavin Newsom and L.A. Mayor Karen Bass.
Problems in about 2 square miles. It lasted for a couple of days. I initiated a curfew. We have had no problems for weeks. So why were they here?
Thousands of California National Guard troops were deployed and hundreds of Marines to L.A. Around 250 troops are still on duty. California is asking the court to give it back control of its troops and stop the military from being used in law enforcement. The state is citing the 1878 Posse Comitatus Act, which limits the federal military's involvement in domestic law enforcement. D.C.'s mayor is wanting a meeting with the U.S. Attorney General following President Trump talking about federal takeover of the district police department. Fox's Jared Halpern reporting.
President Trump's declaration of a public emergency in Washington, D.C. and the temporary federal takeover of the city's police department is unsettling and unprecedented, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser says.
I can't say that given some of the rhetoric of the past that we're totally surprised.
The mayor concedes violent crime spiked in 2023, but
we work quickly to put laws in place.
Those moves, Bowser says, are reversing crime trends, saying Washington, D.C. is at a 30-year low for violent crime. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
And now for your WIBC Closing Bell Report. At the closing bell today, the Dow went down by 200 points to 43,975. The S&P 500 lost 16 points to 6,373. And the NASDAQ dropped by 64 points to 21,385. You're now 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 4:34.
It's Terry Stacy, and not too many locally owned businesses in central Indiana have been around 80 years. But Cardwell Do It Best Home Center on the south side has stood the test of time. This year, Cardwell Do It Best is celebrating 80 years of serving Indianapolis, and they're saying thank you with some really great deals. Cardwell Do It Best is your discount roofing headquarters, featuring dimensional roofing as low as $21 per bundle. With a wide variety of colors in stock, you'll find the perfect match for your home. Need to freshen up inside? Check out their full line of best look quality paints by Sherwin-Williams with paint and primer in one and custom computer paint matching to get your color just right. And for the yard, they carry a full line of trusted lawn and garden products, including Scott's Lawn Care to keep your grass green. Come celebrate 80 years strong at Cardwell Do It Best. Locally owned, community trusted, and always ready to help you do it best. 3205 Madison Avenue, or shop online at cardwellhomecenter.com.
You've got WIBC traffic at 4:35. Here's Matt Bear.
South side crash eastbound 465 before 31. And it blocks the left lane, causing stop-and-go traffic back to Harding Street. Eastbound 70 into downtown, that's a 5-minute delay from Belmont. Southbound 65, a 70 construction delay of 2 minutes from the north split to the south split. East side southbound 465, stop-and-go traffic from 70 down to Brookville Road, delayed 6 minutes. North side eastbound 465, loaded up from Keystone Avenue over to I-69. That delay right now is 8 minutes. And northbound 465 on the northwest side, slow from 79th up to 865. Crash 32nd at Central Avenue. No entrapment, an overturned vehicle, however, and a crash on the east side 30th at Arlington Avenue. Traffic sponsored by Staples. Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom print shipping services, even passport photos. Staples. That was easy. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
The forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Expect a warm and mostly clear Monday night with lows falling into the lower 70s. Tuesday, look to chase our 25th 90-degree day of the year with a chance for spotty to scattered showers and storms, mainly in the afternoon and nighttime hours. Humidity values will also be on the higher side as well. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
So with all the choices of where you could buy your furniture and mattresses, here's why you should purchase your new Lazy Boy, Smith Brothers or Flex Steel Furniture, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy or Stearns and Foster mattresses, or Berlin Gardens and Pollywood outdoor furniture from Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
Unmatched customer service during and after the sale. Have a service issue, they're just one call away. They deliver and set up for free if you live within 75 miles of their store in Columbus. Saves you hundreds. Family owned, worth the very short drive. ThompsonFurniture.net.
An official message from Medicare.
I'm saving money on my Medicare prescriptions. Maybe you can save too. With Medicare's Extra Help program, my premium is zero and my out-of-pocket costs are low. Who should apply? Single people making less than $24,000 a year or married couples who make less than $32,000. Even if you don't think you qualify, it pays to find out.
Go to ssa.gov/extrahelp. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Beth, you're in charge of ordering the tacos for the meeting today, yeah?
I'm not going to order the tacos.
What?
I'm going to Easy Cater the tacos. With Easy Cater, you can order from a huge variety of restaurants, track expenses, and save time.
Nice.
Oh, by the way, you're emailing the meeting notes, right?
No, I'm going to easy mail them. Where's my music?
Sorry, Ben. There's no Easy Cater for that.
Easy Cater, the easy way to order food for work. Order now at easycater.com.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Vice President J.D. Vance.
Friend of the show.
Yes, friend of the show. Been on the show before. Not as Vice President, as Senator of Ohio, but he says when it comes to the investigation of the Russian hoax, quote, "You're going to see a lot of Democrats indicted." Do you buy it, Hammer?
I think we should talk about this on the next Degenerates Next Door Sports Betting podcast. Over-under on Democrats to be indicted, 0.5, and I'm taking the under. Well, hold on. Indictments is the key word here, because anybody can be indicted.
Yeah.
There's that old saying, if you go to law school, you can indict a ham sandwich if you want to. It's actually convicted is what we're looking at. 0.5 under convictions, but you might see a few indictments. Sure. I'll play ball. I'll take the over on that one. J.D. Vance was on with Maria Bartiromo on the Sunday Morning Future show on Fox and says that, the information that Tulsi Gabbard has presented, one would tend to believe there should be some indictments.
If you look at what Tulsi and Kash Patel have revealed in the last couple of weeks, I don't know how anybody can look at that and say that there wasn't aggressive violations of the law. What they basically did is they defrauded the American people in order to take Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign talking points and turn them into intelligence by defrauding the American people, defrauding the intelligence agencies, lying about what the intel said. They would take something that supported a Hillary Clinton campaign talking point, and they would overemphasize it and exaggerate it. They took anything that actually contradicted that narrative and they buried it deep, and through that, they actually laundered Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign talking points through the American intelligence services. That's a violation of the people's trust. That's a violation of what our intelligence services should be doing, and I absolutely think they broke the law, and you're going to see a lot of people get indicted for that.
When you see, when J.D. Vance says intelligence services, he means Clapper, Director of National Intelligence. He means Brennan.
Fart-smelling Brennan.
Egg fart-smelling Brennan, because he always has that look on his face. Those guys were a part of the Russian collusion hoax. They signed that stupid document with 50 different intelligence officers saying the Russian, the Hunter Biden, all that stuff is real. Everything's real. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. And now Clapper and Brennan and guys like that are contributors to mainstream media.
Right.
They get paid to go out there and espouse their lies when all they did was go after Trump in lawfare. We talked about this with Alex Marlowe on Friday. If you didn't hear that conversation on Friday with editor-in-chief of Breitbart, go back and listen to that podcast.
And Comey may be the worst, but he got the pardon.
Oh, the FBI? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now, might have been an auto pen pardon, but he got the pardon. So of your favorite TV pals, yeah, there's a lot of shady stuff going on, but Clapper and Brennan are the two that should probably be sweating, but...
Oh, they don't need to be sweating. They've got, again, they're contributors and employees of mainstream media. They were at the highest levels of national intelligence and
But nobody wants to be indicted, though. Like, those guys could still be indicted. Comey can't.
But, again, talk about the ham sandwich part of that.
Right. You can indict a ham sandwich. Doesn't mean you're going to convict it. And I've got very little faith that Comer and your favorite pals in Washington, D.C. are going to do anything that's going to warrant a conviction. Should there be? Hell yes. Do I have faith that's going to get done? No. It's kind of like my feelings on the Indianapolis Colts. Should they beat the Miami Dolphins? Yes. Do I have faith in Anthony Richardson or Daniel Jones? No. Here's a little bit more from J.D. Vance.
Here's the thing that should really bother the American people. What do you want our intelligence community to be doing? I want them to be catching bad guys. I want them to be making sure that terrorists aren't going to kill innocent American civilians. I don't want them laundering Hillary Clinton's campaign talking points into the American media and giving them this air of legitimacy. It is sick and it's disgusting. It hurt the intelligence community. It hurt the American people, and it hurt the first Trump administration. We've got to have consequences for it, or we're just going to see the same play repeated.
So that was J.D. Vance this past weekend appearing on Sunday Morning Futures with Maria Bartiromo. That was on the heels of his visit here in Indy. Dateline Texas, Nige. You lived in Texas for a little bit.
Yep.
How was your time in Austin? Now, Austin's kind of a liberal town, college town. How did you like it down there?
I lived there from 2007 to 2009.
Did some radio down there?
Yeah, I worked at the rock radio station, did afternoon drive. It wasn't that heated or divided or political back in those days.
Trump wasn't the president.
Yeah, exactly.
Pre-Trump, right?
It was a different kind of hot down there, though. A different kind of hot. I walked out my apartment door. I felt like I opened up an oven that was set at 700 degrees.
The kind of hot like when you bite into a pizza roll right out of the oven.
Oh.
And the goodness inside just kind of like explodes and burns the crap out of you.
But I loved it. My wife and I loved it. It was like a 2-year vacation. It was awesome.
Dateline Texas, 45-year-old man was arrested after he was wearing only a diaper and going up to women and even young girls saying goo goo gaga and asking them to change his diaper. Here is a man in the community and a member of the police department talking about the arrest.
That really does disturb me. The wildest thing I've ever heard.
Parents obviously called the police on him. What he likes to do is come out in diapers.
He ought to be put away. He's been caught before, prosecuted. Why isn't he put away?
I love Hank Hill was the one that you decided to interview.
Yeah, it did sound like Hank
What
Hill.
the hell, Bobby?
I wonder if his diapers did need to be changed. Were they filled?
That's a good question. So here's what I want to do. I'm going to open up the phone lines right now. 239-9393. Ladies only, okay? It's a ladies happy hour segment on the Hammer and Nigel show. The question is, ladies, how would you handle that situation? There's a dude, a grown man, coming up to you, wearing a diaper, saying, goo goo gaga, change my diaper. How would you handle that? Would you punch him? Would you tell him no? Would you need more information? Do you call the police? Do you kick him in the crotch? I feel like we need to hear from the ladies, the Hammer and Nigel show ladies here.
Okay.
239-9393. That's the number. 239-9393. And Allison as the first lady of the Hammer and Nigel show, the question goes to you first. Let's say you're walking out to your car and you've got some dude that looks like Tony Katz coming up to you wearing only a diaper, going goo goo gaga, change my diaper. What's your first reaction? What's your response?
Hammer, you need to go inside and sober up.
Oh, come on! I was trying to flame Tony Katz and you turned it back onto me.
I did not see that one coming. That was awesome.
All right. Ladies, how would you handle the diaper guy? 239-9393.
Hey, it's Matt Bear for Trajan Wealth. And think you're ready for retirement, do you? Think again. Retirement on the Brink. It's a new documentary presented by Trajan Wealth. Uncovers what the industry won't. Premier seats are filling fast. You can reserve your VIP seat today at retirementonthebrink.com at Flick's Brew House in Carmel, September 25th at 6 p.m. Call 800-670-0366 or go to retirementonthebrink.com. We talked about Trajan Wealth's core philosophies like low expenses, manager tenure, and tax efficiency, key qualities that convinced me to become a client of Trajan Wealth. So I'm excited that they're hosting this movie premiere. The new documentary is called Retirement on the Brink, perfect for those nearing retirement or just starting out on their investment journey. Reserve your VIP seat now, retirementonthebrink.com, 800-670-0366 to get on this list. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement. DBA in most states is Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
Don't let pneumococcal pneumonia break your stride. If you're 50 or older, you're at increased risk. So be proactive with Capvaxive pneumococcal 21-valent conjugate vaccine to help protect against invasive pneumococcal disease and pneumonia caused by certain types of pneumococcal bacteria. Capvaxive helps protect against the strains of bacteria that cause about 30% more IPD cases than any other pneumococcal conjugate vaccine in adults over 50, according to national-level CDC stats. Regional variations may exist. Don't get Capvaxive if you're allergic to the vaccine or its ingredients. Tell your doctor if you have a weakened immune system. Common side effects include injection site reactions, feeling tired, headache, muscle aches, and fever. Capvaxive does not protect against all strains. For more information, call 1-800-927-8888 or visit capvaxive.com. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Capvaxive. Need help paying for your Merck vaccine? Visit merckhelps.com. Sponsored by Merck.
Hi, this is Zach from Ingoldow Tree Experts. When it comes to the health and beauty of your trees, trust Ingoldow Tree Experts. Our certified arborists ensure your trees are trimmed, removed, and cared for with precision. Summer is the perfect time to schedule fall pruning. Call now for your free estimate and let us handle the hard work. 317-903-0102 or visit IngledowTreeExperts.com for more information. Ingoldow Tree Experts, where your trees come first.
Beth, you're in charge of ordering the tacos for the meeting today, yeah?
I'm not going to order the tacos.
What?
I'm going to Easy Cater the tacos. With Easy Cater, you can order from a huge variety of restaurants, track expenses, and save time.
Nice.
Oh, by the way, you're emailing the meeting notes, right?
No, I'm going to easy mail them. Where's my music?
Sorry, Ben. There's no Easy Cater for that.
Easy Cater, the easy way to order food for work. Order now at easycater.com.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door.
Because at B-Window,
we mean business.
Recovery is a journey, and no one walks it alone. The Supporting Sobriety podcast helps friends and families understand addiction, offer support, and care for themselves along the way. Hosted by Matt Bear and Ryan Hedrick. Find it wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, your calls coming up in just a moment, but first, Matt Bear.
Yeah, Hammer, looking at eastbound 465 south side crash before 31, and it's blocking the left lane, causing slow traffic past I-69, southbound 6570, that's construction, and that's stop traffic. North split to the south split, delayed 6 minutes. Eastbound 70, stop and go, 8-minute delay from Tibbs Avenue into the south split. Inbound 65, slow from 21st to Meridian Penn. North side, eastbound 465, slow. Westfield Boulevard over to I-69, delayed 8 minutes. Northwest side, northbound 465, slow from 86th Street to 865. It's a crash on the west side, Crawfordsville Road at Waterfront Parkway, West Drive. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off, plus a free patio door. Trust a local, trust employee-owned, trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
It's 90 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. So there's a story in Texas. Creepy, dumpy, old dude, 45 years old, going up to chicks, some of them of legal age, some of them not, wearing only a diaper, going goo goo gaga, change my diaper. He's been arrested. But I'm curious, what would the ladies of the Hammer and Nigel show say to this dude if that happened to her? Let's start with Amber. Amber, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show. What would be your reaction?
My first instinct would be to, like, just punching dead in his face.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, you would need a severe butt whooping, but I'd have to try to get, like, some kind of English out of him to find out, do you still have parents? Like, where did they go wrong?
You want the origin story of Diaper Man. You need the origin story. Okay.
I need the whole backstory. I need to know how you came about.
Got it.
Because you probably potty sitting down.
I have no issues with that. Kirsten is up next. Kirsten, how would you respond?
Hi, that was a great answer. It's Shark Sandwich from the YouTube. Shalom.
Yo.
If Leonard, my big scary dog, didn't get to him first, elbow, throat.
Elbow meets throat.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, little people's elbow, going back to the old rock
And then I
days.
keep praying for him.
Got it. Thank you, Kirsten. Catherine is up next. Catherine, how would you handle adult diaper guy?
So I've told my young girls their whole lives, you gouge their eyes out and then kick them in the balls.
Yeah. There we go.
And then Amber's answer was great, but I don't care about his origin story. He just needs to be dealt with.
I'm with you, Catherine. That's a little dirty laundry justice. Kick him when they up, kick him when they down. Poke him in the eyes, kick him in the bag. I like it. Catherine, take no prisoners. Barbara is up next. Barbara, you get the last word here. What would you do to baby Huey here?
I would kick him in his beans and weenies, and then I would say, change that, mother effer.
Yeah! There we go. Wow. This is better than Caller Roulette right here. We should just do a ladies-only version of Caller Roulette one of these days, because every single one of these ladies delivered right there. And by the way, we haven't had a kick him in the weenie call since Mike Pence used to sit in this very chair and talked about the news of the day here in Indy. All right, coming up next, scheduled to join us in studio, the minority leader of the City County Council, Michael Paul Hart. We've got some questions because tonight, Boss Hogg said he's going to stumble up there, he's going to slur, and he's going to talk about the budget.
We don't know that.
He's going to talk about the budget. What's going to be on tap? How will Indy be safer? Is the council going to do anything about this curfew situation? Are they going to put any teeth to it? Those questions and more answered next.
The Indiana State Fair. It is a Hoosier masterpiece, a summer tradition like no other. I love the fair, the food, the concerts, more food, the tap room, the dairy bar, and coming up on August 14th, it's AAA Hoosier Motor Club Day, where AAA Hoosier Motor Club members get in free. AAA Day at the Indiana State Fair. You don't pay admission, just show your AAA card, and you are in for a full day of fun. And also going on right now is your chance to win a free music vacation with AAA's Ultimate Concert Sweepstakes. This includes 2 concert tickets to any Live Nation venue in the United States, plus airfare, hotel, and $200 to spend. Register online or on AAA Hoosier Motor Club's social media page. And if you subscribe to receive AAA Hoosier Motor Club emails, you get 5 additional entries. Visit AAA.com or call 844-GO, AAA GO, or stop by that local AAA office.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten, classics are remixed, bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Attention Indiana homeowners. Are you dealing with a wet and moldy crawl space? Hi, I'm Adam Swain with Swain Co. Crawl Space and Basement Repair, your real, local, Indiana family-owned experts dedicated to fixing your crawl space right the first time. And with our new no interest, no payment financing, you can get the repairs you need without breaking the bank. Don't let crawl space water problems dampen your spirits. Call Swain Co., Indy's most trusted waterproofing experts at 317-407-1868 or swaincollc.com.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to goodrx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577.
Service today?
Today.
Hey, it's Big Joe for Absolute Comfort, your trusted independent American Standard Air dealer. And owner Chris Wedekin sells the Mitsubishi Electric Mini Split, a great option for heating and cooling where ductwork can't be installed.
If you have one of those homes that has baseboard heat or electric heat, ceiling cable heat, these can be specifically designed for those houses because in those houses it's very difficult having to do all the construction and remodeling that goes with adding ductwork into those types of homes.
Find out more by going to AbsoluteComfort.org. Absolute Comfort is your trusted independent American Standard Air Mitsubishi Electric Elite Ductless Pro dealer.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, homeless people are being told to move elsewhere. You'll hear why. What you'll hear about a water main break going on in Carmel, why 2 men, including one who used to be a police officer, are facing consequences. Those stories coming up right after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 5 o'clock.
Trying to take back the streets. I'm John Saucier, Fox News. President Trump announcing he is planning a federal takeover of Washington, D.C.'s Metropolitan Police Department. He's deploying 800 National Guard troops in the city to deal with crime. At a press conference at the White House, the president says he thinks the situation in D.C. makes the whole country look bad.
When you walk into a restaurant and you see a dirty front door, don't go in. Because if the front door is dirty, the kitchen's dirty also. Same thing with the Capitol. If our capital's dirty, our whole country is dirty, and they don't respect us.
Washington Mayor Muriel Bowser reacting in her own press conference.
I believe that the president's view of D.C. is shaped by his COVID-era experience during his first term. And it is true that those were more challenging times related to some issues.
Mayor Bowser says D.C. experienced a crime spike post-COVID, but worked quickly to put laws in place that got offenders off the streets. President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin are meeting up on Friday in Alaska to discuss a possible peace deal between Russia and Ukraine. Fox Business Network's Rich Edson has the latest.
Trump says he thinks Russia wants to finish the war, but acknowledged that Putin has disappointed him before.
I'm going in to speak to Vladimir Putin, and I'm going to be telling him, you got to end this war, you got to end it. And he wasn't going to mess with me. This war would have never happened. You know, we had a discussion about it one time, and we never had that discussion again. Would have never happened.
The president says after meeting with Putin, he'll call Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and other European leaders. Trump says Russia and Ukraine need to agree to swap land. Zelensky has rejected the idea, refusing to hand Ukrainian territory to Putin that Russia does not control.
And again, Fox's Rich Edson reporting there. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What they are dealing with. Mostly cloudy skies and 90 degrees on the Monument Circle. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 5:02. An Indy woman who owns a home says homeless people in Fountain Square have damaged her property, and now she's reacting to the city's decision to force them out.
Up and down Buchanan Street on Indianapolis' south side, for sale sign, and then there's one owner at the end of the street, 925 Buchanan Street. She says she's lived here for 10 years and had to watch this homeless encampment grow.
It's definitely caused me problems. I have 2 young daughters. We do not come in our front yard anymore because they stare at us.
While Raymond has lived in Fountain Square homeless, he says he doesn't understand why he has to go today.
Just another excuse to get rid of people.
Reporting from Fountain Square, Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
If you are in or near Western Carmel, be mindful of a water main break going on there. The City of Carmel Utilities Water Operations Department says they're trying to figure out what caused it. A boil advisory is in effect until then. A former Anderson police officer is in trouble with the law. John Herrick explains why.
At the age of 29, Tyree Wilson resigned from the Anderson Police Department the same day he was arrested, which was August 5th. In court documents revealed Monday, prosecutors say they got the key info they needed from a confidential informant who had known Wilson for years and saw Wilson use cocaine in public. Law enforcement says they would conduct controlled purchases of cocaine from Wilson, and that's how they busted him. Another man named Duncan Harmon was also arrested because police say he helped Wilson with his cocaine distribution scheme. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Notre Dame is ranked 6th, while Indiana's 20th in the preseason top 25 AP college football poll. Notre Dame is in the preseason top 10 for the 3rd time in 4 years. Indiana is ranked in the preseason AP poll for just the 4th time in program history. Indiana had a scrimmage this past weekend. IU head football coach Kurt Cignetti gave his thoughts on it Monday.
Like almost every first scrimmage we've ever had, too many missed assignments, and there was good, there was bad, and there was ugly. But the effort and the competition was good.
Indiana's first game against Old Dominion August 30th, while Notre Dame battles Miami August 31st. Traffic and weather next, it's 5:04.
Everyone's talking about Galaxy Concrete Coatings and their transformation, like your neighbor Brett.
We did Galaxy for the sidewalks and also the porch. The porch had a few pits. Galaxy said that was no problem.
Home or business, Galaxy Concrete Coatings got you covered.
Obviously with the front sidewalk and step, so we didn't worry about any kind of slipping. You're concerned about that after rain, and then when it did dry, it didn't spot, it didn't stain. It was just like it had been done yesterday.
Lots of styles to choose from, 4 times stronger than epoxy, and it comes with a lifetime warranty.
One thing that my wife commented on was how easy the Galaxy coating swept versus just the bare concrete.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com now. That's Galaxy Concrete Coatings. And remember to like us on Facebook. Galaxy Concrete Coatings. We're out of this world.
We moved here recently. I didn't even think twice about calling anyone else but Galaxy to come do this house.
With traffic now, here's Matt Bear.
8-minute delay downtown, southbound 6570 from the north split to the south split, and eastbound 70 slow to downtown from the west side. This is a 4-minute delay on eastbound 70 from Belmont to the south split. Inbound 65, stop and go traffic 21st to Meridian Penn. South side crash clear, eastbound 465 before 31, still slow back to the White River. Inbound 69 slows from 96th Street to 82nd, and eastbound 465 stop and go traffic from Keystone Avenue over to I I-69 delayed 3 minutes. Crash, Meridian Street at 71st. Crash on the west side, 38th Street west of Muller Road. That's reported as a pedestrian struck. Traffic sponsored by Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Honda of Fishers is now Great Lakes Honda of Fishers under new ownership. Visit them just off State Road 37 for special grand opening prices during their summer sales event. Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now your American Standard Cooling Weather Center forecast.
Warm and mostly clear for tonight with lows in the low 70s. Spotty scattered showers and storms are possible for Tuesday with another hot day in store for us with highs in the upper 80s to low 90s with higher humidity values in place. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are
weirdos?
So let's rock it!
Hello, my name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special in-studio guest.
The Indianapolis City County Council Minority Leader is Michael Paul Hart.
MPH.
MPH joins us once a month here on the program, and tonight it's a big night. Boss Hogset's going to stumble up there and roll out the budget this evening.
Why do you keep saying stumble?
I've talked to people. And $1.7 billion. That's the number that I've heard. Is that correct?
That is correct. That is an accurate number.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong here. The crime is a big issue in the city. Police, first responders, those first on the scene, they're not having any money cut, but they're also not having any money added on. Is that right?
Yeah, so it's an interesting topic with those guys. Collective bargaining agreements were negotiated this year for the FOP, which
they agreed to, and they liked.
Absolutely, yeah, it was agreed to on both sides. Well, what that did is raise their cost going into 2026, and so they were asked to, they were permitted a 2% raise, but that 2% raise of spending did not cover the full incur from the collective bargaining agreement. So essentially they're still, spending less than what they had previously, but they have more, if you're following.
Okay, so other departments may see some cuts. There really weren't cuts to first responders.
Correct.
Okay. Now, let's talk about the crime aspect to this, putting the ambulance and fire department and stuff to the side, focusing on police and crime. There are going to be a number of different public safety rollouts tonight, and I want you to walk me through these.
Absolutely. So our caucus came out, and we listened to a couple things. So the first one was a response to the curfew. Last month, the Democrats introduced a proposal out of the emergency proposal introduction for them to roll back the curfew times. There was counselors on both sides of the aisle that said, well, this doesn't really change anything. We did this a year ago with policy, but it didn't matter. And
There's no teeth to it.
There was no teeth. And so I took a few weeks and went and talked to all sorts of community stakeholders, whether it was religious, civic engagement, you name it, and it was unanimous. They wanted to see some sort of teeth in it. And, I put together this long form of, having some sort of parental accountability with classes or community service. I turned that into, 4 teams of attorneys, and ultimately they said, that's not going to fly. And I said, all right, well, let's get to something because we need teeth. So where we landed is there was some actually code already in the municipal code that had parental accountability. But all it was is if the second incurrence of violation occurred, the parent was notified and that they would have to cover the fee. Well, the fine was $50. I said, well, that's not enough. Let's add to that. And that's what we did. We said, first time around, now let's notify the parent. But there have been agencies that have come to the city since all of this has gotten, a much bigger story, and a lot of things have happened in the city where they've told the city, hey, we've got resources. So I said, all right, I'm encouraging the mayor, if this passes, make sure all that goes out in the initial letter on the first occurrence. From there, second offense, if the juvenile violates again, we're talking a $500 fine for the parent. And if there's a third and subsequent offense, we've written in a $1,500 fine.
So does anything ever happen to the juvenile here? It sounds like it's all based on the parent, which I'm okay with, but does anything happen to the juvenile that keeps breaking the curfew?
Yeah, it's the same violation value that's already been in the code. We did not address that.
Okay. What happens if you can't find anybody to acknowledge the juvenile? A lot of these places, there might not be a dad, or there's a mom that doesn't give a damn. maybe that's, a broken home situation. What happens then?
Certainly. So first and foremost, the goal isn't to just start sending out fines, right? They got to be there because the policy without the repercussion is just toothless, right? As we've been talking about. When we've talked to IMPD, their goal isn't necessarily take these children straight to jail. There's certainly some issue going on at home. They tell us they don't want to be at home for various reasons. I mean, they could be abused. There's all sorts of things going on in the house. And so, again, the intent isn't to fine the parents or to start just throwing out money. It's to, start this process of corrective action. And so the child is actually going to go first to one of these agencies that have signed up with the city to say, hey, we want to get them on a right start, not send them straight to jail and start going through a procedural system. And that decision lies within IMPD and Mayor Hogstead's office. From there, your question is, that part is difficult. Who's actually picking them up? Is it their parent? Is it their guardian? How are they getting home? To my understanding, if nobody comes to pick them up, they do end up going to the juvenile center.
How has it been? And maybe this is more of a question for somebody like Chief Bailey or FOP President Rick Snyder, but how has it been since the 4th of July, in your opinion, regarding curfews and juveniles downtown?
I certainly see a lot more of it in the news than I have before. I mean, I think I don't know if it was on this show or another one. I told folks I really don't go downtown after midnight, just as a personal reason. But so I anecdotally don't personally see it downtown, but I certainly have read a lot more about juvenile, criminal activity downtown and in other areas. I believe there was one in Carmel early this week, or even today, even. So,
like 5:30, at the apartment complex there.
Certainly seeing more of it, and it's a growing issue that we've got to be in front of, not behind of.
We're speaking with Michael Paul Hart, the minority leader of the City County Council. We opened up our show today talking about how it's deadline day for the homeless encampment over by Fountain Squares area. We also see some bad stuff happening over at Luger Plaza right now. This budget that's being rolled out tonight, does any money help fight homelessness or have an answer for that?
A couple points on that. So I went to the presentation that the mayor's office was giving on what they call Streets to Home. So that's what the mayor is asking us to fund, which essentially is, this year it's an $8.1 million funding program. Next year they're asking for $10 million. And what that program includes in their request is essentially they've targeted all these camps. They know where all the camps are, and they've got teams of people that are going to go out to these camps, basically go through each person in there, find out what resources they need, whether it's drug intervention, assessments, and all those sorts of things. Provide them that as part of those dollars, and then two, find them long-term housing. And so how they're looking for the long-term housing is a variety of apartments across the city of Indianapolis. The city is going to these apartments and proposing lease agreements on behalf of the individual that's funded then by those dollars. Where I've pushed back on this is, we've seen this back in COVID, where we spent, it's just shy maybe of $7 million, where we kept people in a hotel throughout COVID, and they ended up back on the street.
Simply providing persons with a home with mental disorders or addictions does not work.
When they're not used to living in a home, feels like it's a colossal waste of money sometimes.
And the community was speaking back to that point exactly on Monday in the Fountain Square meeting. They were offering those concerns about this doesn't, one stop a pipeline of individuals who are on the way to becoming homeless, but then it's only a temporary fix because the $8.1 million is only good for 8 months, and then you can't pay the lease anymore. And then unless you get another $10 million for next year, then you got maybe another year in you. But to your guys' point, you put them in a house and leave them alone. Now what's going to happen? And I will say in their defense, not that I'm here to defend them by any means, but they would tell you if you were interviewing them that that's where they're trying to add in the assessment piece and the caseworkers, and that's part of the funding as well to try and alleviate some of those things. But I still think it's we'll get to a point where the funding runs out and you can't keep housing.
And again, you might not be able to answer this question, but can you force somebody that's living in a tent that's addicted, that has mental issues, can you force them to get help? Because I don't think that's a law right now. And you cannot force, like, in other words, if you're a doctor and your relative has dementia, and they have a duty to help them, and you can make that happen. But if somebody is living out on the street willingly and addicted to drugs or has a mental condition, you can't force them to get help. And I think that's a problem, that you can't make them get help.
So a good example to point at is it's been in the news here recently, but the Assessment and Intervention Center, the AIC, it was built the same time the CJC was built, the Criminal Justice Center, where it has 60 beds. The intent behind it is to assess, individuals that are struggling from some sort of addiction. And there is a time frame. I want to say it's 48 hours. You can't hold, it's 48, 72 hours. Can't hold somebody past that time. And so you can bring them there, right? If IMPD's picking up, they can bring them there. They can have them there. They can provide them, X, Y, and Z. They can, be prescribed medication, but you can't force anybody to take those things, and you can't keep them there. It's not jail. So they're free to go after a certain period of time, and then they're back, doing what they're doing.
Just as a resident of Indianapolis, plus a man on the council, just your personal opinion, do our rehabilitation facilities around Central Indy do a good enough job of getting folks that check in to be able to check out and live their lives? Like, talking about the Wheeler Mission, the Salvation Army, these places where the homeless folks may go when they have nowhere else to go. Those facilities are great. They take them in, they do their part. But are we doing a good enough job to make sure that those folks, when they leave, they understand you have to go get a job, where you have to take a shower, you have to do these basic things?
The reviews that I hear on those types of solutions is that the barrier they have from reaching maybe the people that need it the most is, they have curfews on time. They have to be back. They have limits on items they can bring in, particularly obviously they can't bring in alcohol. They have to do some sorts of prayer services and things, and that deters people from even going into them to see if what they're providing is effective. So, there's two classifications of homeless individuals that the city recognizes. It's sheltered and unsheltered, right? There's approximately 1,250 sheltered individuals, which are the folks that you would see inside one of these types of facilities. Mm-hmm. There's unsheltered. There's about 350 of those that are recorded. And so there is a discrepancy on that actual number, but every year required by the federal government, we have to do a point in time count where the city goes out and just counts the individuals. So that's 350. Those are the folks that have probably some more of the severe cases of addiction and mental health.
I know you have to run. Your time is important to us. One more thing before we let you go. Any update on this MLS situation? About a year or so ago, Joe Hogsett was making it sound like, you know what, screw the Indy 11. We're going to build an MLS stadium here. We're going to have a new franchise in Indianapolis. He was pretty confident about it. Where are we at now? Because I haven't heard anything.
Same place we were the last time we talked. I haven't heard anything either. Nothing has changed. There's no proposals. I haven't seen anything come back from the professional sports development.
Now, that's not normal to keep the council in the dark on possibly acquiring a major sports franchise, is it?
No. They need our approval on whatever budget they're requesting, because they're going to need bonds, and they're going to need us to approve those. And so whatever, the professional sports district allocation is set to bring in through, its taxing, that's what they use to go issue bonds to pay for the project, and the council has to approve all of that. So they need us. So it would be wise to, if they have information, share it with us.
It's a big night tonight at the City County Council meeting. It's budget rollout from Mayor Hogsett and Minority Leader Michael Paul Hart. He's going to be rolling out some public safety initiatives, talking about adding some teeth to the curfew. Thank you so much for joining us, man. We appreciate you.
My pleasure.
All right, Matt Fair standing by in the WIBC Traffic Center.
Yeah, Hammer, inbound 69 on the northeast side. That is jammed up right now, 106th Street, 282nd. That's a 9-minute delay. Inbound 65, stop and go after 21st around west to the north split. And southbound 65, 70, jammed because of construction. It's a 6-minute delay from the north split to the south split. Eastbound 70 delay, 3 minutes hard again to the south split. And south side, eastbound 465, stop and go traffic from I-69 over to US 31. It's from an happened earlier. Crash is gone. East side southbound 465 slow from 70 down to Washington Street. A crash west side Crawfordsville Road at Waterfront Parkway West Drive, and a crash on the northwest side 38th west of Muller. That's reported as somebody getting hit by a car. Traffic sponsored by Discover. Do you know what's accepted in 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide? If you guessed Discover, you guessed right, based on the February 2024 Nielsen report. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Hot 189 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Right now, we need 25 more people to go to the WIBC YouTube page. Give us a like. Give us a thumbs up. Get the young, annoying people in our digital department off of our back. Help us do all of those things. Get to that WIBC YouTube page. Give us a like. Give us a thumbs up. 25 more awesome, badass, sexy Hoosiers. That gets us to 100, and that makes everybody happy around here. Help a brother out. WIBC's YouTube page. Give us a like. Hey, coming up next, spirited round of Are You Okay With This? Come on back.
The Voice of Health Minute with Dr. Robert Prather of Holistic Integration. Dr. Prather, if someone wanted to bring their child in to build their immune system, what would that appointment look like?
Well, of course, we get the history. We recommend lab tests to find out whether their immune system is up to par. If not, what are the things that need to be done to actually get that where it needs to be?
You got to check the vitamin D through blood, zinc through hair analysis.
Iodine level actually has a great deal to do with the immune system also. How is their liver working? Chiropractic itself is a very excellent way of keeping kids' immune system up. Looking at that from both a functional and a structural way has a lot to do with the health of especially children.
And structure function care is safe for children. Very
Absolutely.
safe.
Much safer than pharmaceuticals.
The Voice of Health with Dr. Robert Prather, Sundays at 8 p.m. or anytime at thevoiceofhealthradio.com.
Hey guys, it's Rob for Universal Windows Direct. Look, we've all been feeling the heat, and that's why this is the perfect time to make that call to Universal Windows Direct so they can help you stay cool in your home throughout the rest of the summer and warm in your home all winter long. And this is the perfect time to call because what an incredible deal going on with Universal Windows Direct. Right now, for every 2 windows you buy, you're going to get the next 2 free. There's no limit. Got 8 windows that need replacing? You only pay for 4. It's that simple. And here's the part I really love. You'll get no interest for 5 whole years. That's right, 60 months of 0 interest financing, which makes upgrading your home not just smart, but affordable too. Now, some restrictions may apply. So to get all the information and most importantly, schedule a totally free, no hassle, no obligation in-home estimate, call Universal Windows Direct today, 317-659-7574, 317-659-7574. Check them out on the web, universalwindowsdirect.com. Tell them Rob sent you.
Matt Sullivan here with Michaela of Michaelis. If you have water damage, why should you call Michaelis?
Michaelis is a local family-owned Indianapolis company with 39 years experience. On call 24/7, 365. We are IICRC certified and will restore your space to pre-loss condition or better. And we work through the entire insurance process on your behalf to make it easy.
Water, storms, fire, and mold. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Text or call 844-FIX-INDY.
You want to see basketball played the way it's supposed to be? Tune in to Ice Cube's Big 3 this summer. Watch stars like Dwight Howard, Kemba Walker, Joe Johnson, Michael Beasley, and many more, along with Hall of Fame coaches. Experience the fast pace and physical play and fun action that defines the game. You know what it is. It's the Big 3. Catch the best professional 3-on-3 players in the world live every weekend on CBS and Vice.
At Advent, we help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine by getting your nose and throat working with our unique Advent approach that you won't find elsewhere.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door.
Because at B-Window,
we mean business.
Are you really okay with this?
Are you okay? Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel show.
So this dude, Hammer, posted an Instagram video confessing how he slacks off at work. He actually titled it, "The 5 hours a day where I'm not doing crap at work." Here he is breaking down those 5 hours.
Number 5, we have the hour before lunch. I'm hungry. All I'm thinking about is I want to get the hell out of here. Number 4, the hour directly after a meeting. Paying attention during the meeting has absolutely cooked me. Number 3, the hour after lunch. I'm depressed. All I can think about now is how badly I want to have a nap. Number 2, the first hour of the day. Quick socialise with the colleagues, immediately looking to get a coffee. I might turn my computer on and see if I got any urgent emails. Number 1, the last hour of the day. I busted my ass all day. Now it's time for me to start wrapping things up and look for the exit door.
Are you okay with this guy's 5 hours a day where he's not doing crap?
This may surprise you, but yes, I'm okay with it because I'm used to it. The guy I'm looking at right now, I thought it was going to be your voice, Nigel.
Wait a minute.
I thought this was going to be you saying, sometimes I sleep in my office and other times I just shut the door and prop up and make it look like I'm awake, thinking I'm fooling everybody, but I'm really not.
No.
I thought that would be you.
No.
But I think we all know somebody like a Nigel or like this Australian wanker. We all know somebody like this. So you can either sit around, be pissed off, throw a fit about it, or accept it and move on. That's kind of where we're at. So that's why I'm okay with it.
All right. University of Colorado football coach Deion Sanders is partnered with Depends after being diagnosed with bladder cancer and having his bladder removed in May. He now has an endorsement with the company. Here is Coach Prime talking about it at a recent media session.
I depend on Depend, if you know what I mean. I truly depend on Depend. Like, I cannot control my bladder. So I get up and go to the bathroom already 4 or 5 times a night. But then I'm sitting up there, waking up, like my grandson. We in the same thing. We got the same problem right now. We going through the same trials and tribulations. But I'm making a joke out of it, but it's real. Like, it is real. It is real. It is real. So if you see porta potty on the sideline, it's real. I'm just telling you right now, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see the practice. You're gonna see one because it is unbelievable. Like, dozing off and waking up, first thing I'm grabbing my crotch to see if I peed on myself. And it's just totally different. And I know there's a lot of people out there going through what I'm going through and dealing with what I'm dealing with. And let's stop being ashamed of it. And let's deal with it. Yeah. And let's deal with it head on.
You okay with that?
Yeah, man, I'm all right with that. A lot of people are going to make fun of him. Oh, prime time, Deion Sanders, Mr. Cocky, arrogant guy, doing a male diaper endorsement. But he's right. Like, what if you've had a major medical situation and you have to wear that kind of stuff? And if he's got to be the one that, showcases it's okay to do what you have to do to get by, nobody likes an embarrassing medical situation, but if he can take the shame out of something like this, I think that's great. Say what you want about Deion Sanders. You might not like his
you're right.
cocky, arrogant attitude or the way that, his sons are the same way, but I think this is a good thing. There's somebody out there that's got to wear a male diaper that probably feels like, man, this sucks. I hate doing this. But Deion Sanders there with you. I think that's awesome. All right, we're going to talk more about this Washington, D.C. federal takeover with Dr. Curry Meyers, America's criminologist,
He's good,
friend
man.
of the show.
Yeah.
He's coming up next, right after we have a look at the news with Jake.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Heat is not the only thing to look out for. Right now, you've got partly cloudy skies and 90 degrees in downtown Indy. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 5:30. Along with the heat this week, Indiana's supposed to get some scattered rain. And with more on that, here's John Herrick.
That periodic rainfall is expected to ramp up on Tuesday. That's the message from Chad Swain, a meteorologist at the National Weather Service in Indianapolis.
We're not looking for any organized severe weather. Storms will be capable of producing heavy rain
and maybe some gusty winds, but we're not looking at anything significant.
With heat index values pushing triple digits all week long, Swain is urging you to take breaks if you work outside, drink plenty of water, and find air conditioning. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
President Trump talked about a federal takeover of Washington, D.C.'s police department on Monday.
The president says that crime here in D.C. is impacting what the federal government can do and how they can operate, and therefore it is his task to really get that under control. He did so today by invoking Section 740 of D.C.'s Home Rule Act. What that allows the president to do is take control of the city's police force under emergency conditions. That is up to 30 days without congressional approval. So for now, the Justice Department is going to run D.C.'s Metropolitan Police Force.
Fox's Alexandria Hoff reporting. Trump says he plans to send hundreds of National Guard troops to the city. One person has died and another one is missing after an explosion happened at a U.S. Steel plant in Pennsylvania. 10 other people were injured, and the cause of the explosion has not been reported. Utility workers in Western Carmel are trying to figure out what caused a water main break in Carmel. The City of Carmel Utilities Water Operations Department says they are working to identify areas needing repairs, but they don't know when service will be restored. A boil water advisory is in place until the issue gets resolved. You've got WIBC traffic at 5:32. Here's Matt Bear.
Southbound 69 on the northeast side. This is a breakdown blocking the left lane, and right now Indy just pulled up, and we have a couple of people out of the car, so please be careful. Traffic is backed up past 106th Street. Crash on the west side, 38th west of Muller. Inbound 65 stop and go from 21st to Meridian Penn. Southbound 65 70 jams from the north split down to Fletcher Avenue, delayed 9 minutes. Eastbound 70 is cleared up, still a little bit slow from West Street to Meridian, Illinois. And on the west side, southbound 465 slows after West 56th Street past Crawfordsville Road. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door. Trust a local, trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Expect a warm and mostly clear Monday night with lows falling into the lower 70s. Tuesday, look to chase our 25th 90-degree day of the year with a chance for spotty scattered showers and storms, mainly in the afternoon and nighttime hours. Humidity values will also be on the higher side as well. Wednesday is a touch cooler, but still warm with highs in the upper 80s with a spotty shower storm chance at any point in the daytime hours. The heat and humidity will continue through the end of the work week as well. I'm Wish TV Storm Track A meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Yeah, my name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special guest on the hotline.
Former sheriff and America's favorite criminologist, friend of our show, Dr. Curry Meyers, joins us. Dr. Meyers, it's a big day. We are talking about what happened in Washington, D.C. earlier. The president has a press conference. He's got the Secretary of Defense up there, the Attorney General up there, and others, and says basically the feds are going to be working with local law enforcement in Washington, D.C., but the feds are in charge here. Walk me through this.
Well, I think George Washington is smiling from the heavens today, quite frankly. Fixing D.C. just isn't about crime stats. It's about restoring America's front porch to the world. When they founded D.C., I think a lot of people forget it wasn't meant to be a city just in itself. It's supposed to be a national city and not really according to political playgrounds or special interests. It's supposed to be a city for every American. James Madison in Federalist 43 made it clear the capital was to be a federal enclave outside the control of any one state, serving the entire nation. And home rule is what caused this to happen. And we gave, when I say we, the people, Congress, unfortunately, gave home rule in an experiment, really, in 1973, and it's blurred the purpose. It's left D.C. in a hybrid mess, and it's as a result we have high crime, and we're not following Washington's desire, in which he entrusted to LaFont to be able to build a city on a shining hill, and we need to get back to it.
Donald Trump has full authority to do something like this, correct? Unlike other states in the country, Washington, D.C. is different, correct?
Yeah, it's actually built in the Constitution. Again,
Yes.
James Madison talked about this in Federalist 43, but in Article 1, Section 8, Clause 17, it gives Congress exclusive legislative authority over D.C., and the President of the United States is the one that's responsible for all operations. And it's been reaffirmed. The Organic Act in 1801, the Consolidation Act in 1871 reaffirmed that power. And every local D.C. law is already subject to federal review. I would make the argument that Congress probably has been pretty laissez-faire in the control of Washington, D.C., and they let home rule take it too far. But it's resulted in many problems. Number one, it's fiscally unstable. I think it's somewhere in the neighborhood of $6 billion, that's with a B, in general obligation debt that has occurred, and crime has just gone out of control. It's 207% higher than the national average. Property crime is 125% higher than the national average, and the real problem, although those two are important, is juvenile crime. My goodness, it is so out of control. It's nearly double the national rate of and spike in homicides that occurred. And just recently, I don't know if you're aware, but in 2024, the numbers came back and said, well, crime is becoming lower. We're doing a good job. And and as a result, there was allegations of cooked crime numbers by the police department that resulted in the suspension of a district commander who was put on paid leave of allegations of tampering with the crime data. The police union accused their own department of instructing officers to reclassify felonies as lower offenses, really ostensibly to make violent crime rates appear lower. And there's actual discrepancies between internal reports that have been shared and public reports. And the police chief has come out and issued a statement stressing the department's commitment to future integrity when it comes to data collection.
Doctor, let's go back to the data collection and crime reporting. And I'm glad you mentioned that there's been some cooking of the books, so to speak. This isn't something that just Washington, D.C. does. We're seeing this all over the country. And I know we've talked about this before, but go into a little bit more detail of why the numbers of homicides and violent crimes might not be really all that accurate.
Well, in many cities, they've taken law enforcement used to be very apolitical. A police chief was hired. That police chief, the numbers were what they were, and the mayor's office didn't have much success in trying to get a police chief to change the numbers. That's changed significantly. We have much more stronger mayors. I don't mean stronger in a good sense, where they've applied political pressure. And bad crime statistics looks bad politically. They don't want to have them. So in many cases, what occurred in Washington, D.C. is happening in major and primarily blue cities across the United States. And then also, people forget about decriminalization. We've had a significant amount of decriminalization. So what used to be a crime is no longer a crime anymore, or they've de-emphasized those crimes. So some of them still may be a crime on the books, but they don't enforce. And then lastly, there's a thing that I've talked about, which is citizen apathy or victim crime apathy, where they become victims of crime so much, they throw their hands up in the air and they go, I'm not going to even report this anymore because it doesn't matter. And so all those kind of things happen. And I think in Indianapolis, in all candor, those are some of the things that are happening in that once great city.
Speaking with Dr. Curry Meyers, former sheriff and a member of the faculty at Benedictine College in the Criminology department, we're seeing the usual suspects come out and complain about it because it's something Donald Trump's done. We've got people protesting about this. Trying to explain to somebody, Doctor, why people are protesting about wanting their city more safe seems like an odd thing to me. Why are these people protesting? Is it simply because it's something Donald Trump wants to accomplish?
Well, I think it's that. Of course, the Trump derangement syndrome is alive and well. But I think people are uneducated in what Washington, D.C. is or is supposed to be. When people talk about, well, why ending home rule and how that's anti-democratic for D.C. residents, well, D.C. residents have a voice through Congress that's the design constitutionally for what the District of Columbia is supposed to be. The capital is supposed to be existing for all Americans, not just those who live within the borders. And quite frankly, they've increased the amount of people that live in Washington, D.C. than what was designed by Washington and Leon Font. So it goes back to, it's become more urbanized, and it's become more a place where there is more citizens living than what was ever thought of from our founding fathers. And so, banning houses is part of the thing that has to occur. DC's mission is not to be a housing market first. Residential growth belongs in the surrounding states where it doesn't compromise national security or the capital's symbolic role. So it's important to end the Home Rule Act. It's important to realign the zoning priorities in Washington, D.C. back to the original, which included civic, cultural, research, faith-based institutions, government institutions, in order to reinforce the importance of Washington, D.C. as a American light on that shining hill.
Doctor, one more thing here before we let you go. So we've established that Washington, D.C. is different than other cities. So how did Donald Trump pull off getting the National Guard into Los Angeles? Was it because there was a riot going on at that point?
Yeah, the National Guard, first and foremost, is a National Guard. It doesn't belong to the states first. It belongs to the federal government first. So the President of the United States can issue any National Guard in any state and federalize them first and foremost as a priority, and send them to enforce whatever needs to be enforced when it comes to violations of law or keeping the peace or in national emergencies. The governor, when the state National Guards are not being used and under normal circumstances, then follows under the adjutant general of that state and the governor's office. But President Trump rightfully used, and it's not the first time, President Trump is not the first one to do this. There's been many presidents that have federalized National Guard troops, and that's the whole purpose of having a National Guard Bureau, is that you're supposed to be able to federalize them to be able to use them for national emergencies and problems and quell riots.
And Doctor, overall, just very last thing before we let you go. I mean, we're talking about Washington, D.C. here in Indianapolis, and people might be saying, okay, that's fine for D.C., but we have problems of our own here in Indy. Why should we be taking note? Could we be next? Is there something more that could be done here in the state?
Well, naturally, each state is, states have oversight in many ways over cities to try to help them and make sure that they're conducting themselves appropriately. I think cities need to go back to true policing and be able to have what's called focused deterrence and ensure that they're enforcing the law. And remember, there's not just law enforcement, it's the prosecutors and the court systems, and all three of those have to be in sync. And if they're not in sync, you're going to have problems. And in Indianapolis, you have a good law enforcement that's trying to do the good things and the right things, but they're not being funded. They're incredibly low staffed. And you have to have the prosecutorial support and the judicial support to make sure when people get arrested that they actually get sentenced appropriately.
I love the Substack, Doctor. It's one of my favorites. If you're into criminology, if you're into policing and law and order, it's a must subscribe. How can people find it?
Substack is Dr. Curry Meyers, CurrieMyers, at substack.com, drcurrymyers.substack.com. Or you can just Google Dr. Curry Meyers, and all my writings, podcasts, and interviews and radio shows will pop up there.
Doctor, as always, we appreciate the insight. Thank you so much.
Stay safe. Have a great day.
Nige, We haven't done one of these in a while.
What's that?
Moonshine Monday.
What? I don't have any moonshine.
I bootlegged a little something in here.
Oh,
That's coming up next.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text SAVVY to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text SAVVY to 42424. That's SAVVY to 42424.
The heat outside does not have to be the heat inside. Masters Heating and Cooling is here to help. I use Masters Heating and Cooling in my home. David, the general manager, and the entire Masters team take care of my family. They've replaced parts of my system, serviced parts of my system, and everything is running in tip-top condition. My house feels amazing. Right now, you can get $1,000 off a new AC system. We're talking about a full system replacement here. $100 off electric, $250 off hybrid, and $500 off tankless water heaters. Talk to Masters Heating and Cooling today. They have 0% financing for up to 60 months with qualified system purchases. Terms and conditions for all offers. Restrictions apply. Call for details. Masters Heating and Cooling. They'll take care of your HVAC and help you out 24/7. Call 317-567-9505. Tell them Tony Cat sent you. 317-567-9505. Masters Heating and Cooling. 567-9505 or online at mastersindy.com. That's mastersindy.com.
Did you know up to 50% of outdoor water use is wasted? And did you know that there are things you can do to help change that? Indiana American Water suggests that you water early or late in the day to reduce evaporation. Also, be sure to fix any leaks and skip watering when rain is in the forecast. Consider rain barrels, mulch your garden, and use drip irrigation for your plants. Be water wise. Conserve today, sustain tomorrow. Find more conservation tips at Indiana American Water's Wise Water Use Resources at indianaamwater.com.
Nobody cares for you like family. Family Heating and Air.
Hey, this is Malia. We often get asked when is the best time to buy, and the answer is today, not tomorrow. With rising utility costs, rising product costs, and missed opportunity costs, which you could be saving with a high-efficiency system. Give us a call today to schedule your free in-depth estimate, 317-577-8077.
Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
Do you know what's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide? If you guessed Discover, you guessed right, based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
If you're pressed for time, the WIBC Mashup Podcast is your shortcut to the smartest, sharpest, and strangest moments on air. It's the best content from Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, and Hammer and Nigel. Updated daily. Find the WIBC Mashup wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, Matt Baer, what's going on?
Northeast side crash, northbound 465 before the I-69 ramps right around East 71st Street. And the right center lane is blocked and traffic is backed up to East 56. South side northbound 65, 2-minute delay from Raymond into the south split because of construction. And southbound 65 70. Delayed just 1 minute right now from the north split to the south split, also a construction zone. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off, plus a free patio door. Trust a local, trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
89 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. And let's do a little Moonshine Monday.
Oh, boy.
It takes me back to a simpler place and time when we used to kick back.
All right, so
what happened here? Where did this come from?
I wish I had a better story for you guys. But the real reality is I was looking for stuff on my bar this past weekend.
Yeah.
And I forgot that I had this bottle. And
okay.
It's been there since Christmas.
Leftovers.
Really?
It's the Old Smoky Peppermint Moonshine.
Oh, no.
I got it as a Christmas gift because it was peppermint candy cane.
Candy cane.
And it was stuck behind something that I couldn't see, and it's been sitting there for a while.
I smell it already.
Smells like toothpaste.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the sake of me discovering this bottle over the weekend, cheers on 3. Moonshine Monday.
Moonshine Monday here.
1, 2, 3, cheers.
Cheers.
Merry Christmas.
Fa la 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 la. Man, like it burns more after you've drank it. Like I'm feeling it more now than I did when it went down my gullet.
Is that worse or better than the electric blue?
I'm gonna start using this instead of mouthwash.
Wow, yeah, that tastes. I love that idea. That's a great idea,
right?
Moonshine mouthwash.
Mouthwash Mondays.
Mouthwash Mondays. Here on the Hammer and Nigel show.
Yeah, like I think the electric blue, the blue flame, is way harsh, way more harsh than that. But that's
that
pretty good.
Boy, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I wasn't either. When I was going through the bar, I was looking for something. Oh, hey. And it happened to be on like Sunday.
Oh, hey, guy. Look
And
at
I
this
thought,
little guy.
Hey, we got Moonshine Monday coming up tomorrow. I'm going to grab it. I put it in my lunch bag so I wouldn't forget it. I forgot like my bottle of water, but damn it, I brought the moonshine in today.
Thank you, man. Thank you. That was great.
Man, you're welcome. We got another hour to go.
Do it.
And sometime in the next 30 minutes, we're giving away tickets to see Alison Krauss. Be listening.
Okay, this is pretty cool. For the first time ever, Low T Center is now offering hormone replacement therapy for the ladies. Low T doesn't just affect the dudes, right? In fact, testosterone can benefit women as well. Other treatment options are available to help women balance their hormones and bring balance back to their life with in-center and at-home treatment options. Find out which treatment is right for you at Low T Center.
Guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, the Low T Center, they've got something for you. All things health related. And the best part is most health insurance is accepted. So if you want to take control of your health, your life, even your weight, ask about prescription weight loss medication, contact a Low T Center near you. FixMyLowT.com. Book that appointment. FixMyLowT.com. You are going to feel so much better. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
An official message from Medicare.
I'm saving money on my Medicare prescriptions. Maybe you can save too. With Medicare's Extra Help program, my premium is $0 and my out-of-pocket costs are low. Who should apply? Single people making less than $24,000 a year or married couples who make less than $32,000. Even if you don't think you qualify, it pays to find out.
Go to ssa.gov/extrahelp. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Community Health Network cares for your heart health. From heart scans and vascular screenings to complex heart procedures, you can count on our expert team for the highest quality cardiovascular care, when and where you need it. Your path to a healthy heart starts with knowing your risk. Schedule a heart scan or vascular screening today. Visit ecommunity.com/heart. Community Health Network. Exceptional care. Simply delivered.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com.